Tolu Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. It's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go for step. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Say break out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Nation who I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
Hi guys, it's just me right now. Deuce had to, endure that frustrating loss in person. So he should be back soon, probably about 20 to 30 minutes. He left me to the Wolves. Not since the first few games have I done a loss coverage. Pretty rough, guys. That was a game that we should have won. And I'm feeling a little defeated. At the end of it, I kind of wanted to be, I had some issues with the repping. I had some issues with the offensive rebounds, but we actually, we only shot one less free throw than the Magic, and they had as many offensive rebounds as we did. We actually rebounded more than them. So in terms of total rebounds. So while that's what it feels like, we definitely that last few possessions, but we're just still obviously figuring it out as a team. JB did talk about how with everyone healthy, the challenge will be figuring out lineups and stuff. And you could tell that these guys really wanted it tonight also. But the Magic, they just matched energy. It was a little frustrating. I feel like they got to play with a chip on their shoulder because they just got away with some under the skin things like Bane knocking into Cade and JB ending up with the technical, But that's who the Magic are, and we're used to having to play through the whistle. So we should have done that again tonight, but we did not. So the final score, Magic 112, Pistons 109. It did eliminate us from the Cup game, which is, for me, the biggest bummer is because I think going far with the Cup would have been such a boost for our young guys, and some of these guys also. They have, like last year, we kind of picked up our pace and everything after the Cup games as well. So now they're not necessarily important. They, it just would have been a great opportunity for these guys, and obviously would have been fun to get in more. But how is everyone else feeling? I don't want to hear about trades. I don't want to hear about that stuff, guys. Come on. We just went on a 13-game win streak. The same as the 04 champs, the same as the 89, 90 champs. Like, we're fine. But tonight was harder. It was closer. It was a tough loss. I think this loss was honestly, just like the Celtics too, it was just a little bit, what's the word? It was just frustrating because it's not like that they were getting these huge leads. We did come back and tie it up a few times, but we did make some mistakes towards the end. We let them have 4 shot attempts in one possession, ended up leading. And then I'm not going to, Cade missed some free throws, but he's exhausted. He had to really, I want to say carry the team because we had some good offense stuff and offensive contributors as well. But Cade also, he was angry. He wasn't getting what he needed and what he wanted. So he took over. He really tried to take over. But on to the next. It's kind of tough. Tomorrow, guys, we fly to Miami, who's also been a hot team. And we have a back-to-back against Duncan's former team. So hopefully Duncan takes that very personally. And we'll get to reunite with Simone Fontecchio, who has been a great fit for them. So it'll be interesting for sure. I think we can do it. We're definitely hungry. All right. So I guess we can, those are my initial thoughts. I thought that we started the game really well. We played great defense to start it off. I really didn't like that Bane got away with bumping into Cade. The Magic are a funny team because they complain about Anthony Black getting called for a foul when he's just as handsy as everyone else is pulling Cade by his jersey. They're just funny to me. And I'm just really glad that our guys just never resort to the flop like some Wagners do. But Cade, has been doing it all. He had a triple-double tonight. Blaha brought up a stat. He's scored or assisted on 50.4% of the baskets this season, which is an incredible thing for him. And I think it's like a perfect mix of he scores and he assists. He creates the plays for us, but we just need someone else. And we got to see a little bit of Daniss, and he couldn't get hot. I know Ivey wasn't hot in the first half, but he did hit a big 3, and then he didn't really have any other scoring opportunities. Some of our guys were just figuring out lineups, and it just requires to be patient. It just requires for us to be patient. So, all right. Again, sorry, guys, if this, I'm not as exciting as Deuce. This is my first loss, too, but on here. But he should be here soon, and we'll really get his info. Because if any of you were at the game or watching, you guys, that was insane energy. It was so loud. I loved every second of it. I don't think I've ever heard it be that loud on a screen except for maybe the playoffs last year. But it was, it made me proud. It made me proud that everyone was out there representing, screaming, cheering. It was great. It was great. So we'll get into some box scores real quick. Let me pull up my thing. So we can start with Cade, who had a triple-double tonight. Exciting for him. Wish we could have gotten the win. Those last few minutes, we really just fumbled the ball. We really just fumbled it. We shouldn't have been in that position in the first place because we really outplayed them in the first quarter. Those last few minutes, some of those mistakes, we could have really gotten us in there. It's kind of like I wish we weren't in that position, but being in that position, we really needed to take advantage of it, and we did not. All right, so Cade played for 40 minutes, 39 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, 13 of 26, so 50% field goal, 4 of 7 3-pointers, 9 of 12 free throws, which I know some of those misses stick out after a loss like this. And then 8 turnovers. It was a very turnover-heavy game. Guys, we had 24 turnovers this game. Yeah, I thought I was reading the wrong stat box for a second, but no, it's 24 turnovers to the Magic's 13. And that frustrates me because in the first, the Magic had 1 assist and 7 turnovers in the first quarter. And then somehow they just came out and gave it their all, and we just were fumbling. And the Magic are a great defensive team. Again, they're a little dirty, but if the refs will let you get away with it, why wouldn't you, So the 24 turnovers was rough, and Cade contributed to 8 of those. So probably his worst turnover game, but you can tell that he was getting bothered out there. He was getting frustrated. So, with Cade, he was hitting his threes. That's a good sign. I missed some of the Celtics game, guys, so I'm not sure how he did last game. I was at a Nuggets event, but today he was hitting his threes. He got a huge jam in the second. I like that he was diving on the floor for balls. he had that crazy shot in the third where he like threw it because he thought he was fouled. And looking back at it, it was not as egregious as some of the obvious fouls that the refs weren't calling anyways. So I can see why I didn't get that, but I just thought that was a crazy circus shot. And then in the fourth, he tied the game with a 3. He tied the game. So he did everything that we expect him to do. And it's hard for me. I think Deuce will disagree with me on this, but I'm not going to say that he didn't have any help because I think he did. I think Tobias played really well. Duren was there, but it's more like Cade also figuring out what he wants to do because he does like to take over. He tries to take over when we really need it. And we do need him. He is our most reliable guy. So I do not blame him. So I'm not going to say he didn't have help, but he did have help, but not in the point that he needed. We definitely needed someone. No one else got above 20 points other than him. That's not okay. And yeah, just a bummer. And I think JB's just really trying to still figure out these lineups, which I don't blame him for. And he did say it's going to take some time. So just a little frustrating there. But otherwise, Cade had another great game. He had some crucial misses at the end, but he's tired, But that's, shouldn't be an excuse. I don't know. I would say he had a great game for 90% of it. 10% of it was like, what are we doing? We're missing some valuable shots, even in front of the rim. Towards the end of the game, he had 3 misses in a row of field goals. And it's just, wanting to get the job done. So really tough, I would say. Yeah, everybody's shot was off, missing easy buckets. Like, what are y'all doing? I agree. It wasn't our best offensive night. We've definitely been shooting a lot better. Although a lot of people did have over 50 or 40% at least shooting. A couple guys didn't, but something just seemed off. And it felt like the Magic never took their foot off the gas after the first, where we would go in spurts. And while the Magic did have their own mistakes, we definitely didn't capitalize off of theirs as much as they capitalized off of ours, and we made more silly mistakes as well. And it was a physical game, and we live for physical. Stu got into foul trouble pretty early, but tends to happen for some reason when we're facing physical teams. We kind of get, judged a little harsher, I would say. I'm not going to put it all on the refs, guys, because again, we shot just one more free throw than the Magic did. So we can't really say anything about that. But with being physical, I feel like sometimes, like when they say the Magic is known for being physical, the Thunder are known for being physical. But then why can't, we be physical as well? It's like a reputation thing that takes some time to build up. But Cade's carrying this team right now. Absolutely. I'm not mad at Cade at all. I feel like he was pressing some at the end. Yeah, Clifton, I agree there because it was you could just tell his touch was a little off. And when he did kick it out to Tobias for that 3, it worked. So I think he's also just finding the balance of how do I be this, the star of my team, the one who delivers, the clutch guy. He's leading the NBA in fourth quarter points right now. But also making the right decisions, because after you miss your second drive to the basket where you're at the rim, maybe, and it took his third miss to then pass it out to Tobias. So I think that helped him a lot too, but he's Cade and we love him. And like you said, not mad at him at all about it. I think he needs to have that confidence. If someone else was producing, like Tobias did do well tonight, but if someone else was producing at a high level on offense for him as well, he'd have a little bit more confidence to kick it out. So that's just what we need to work on, for sure. But that's really all I have to say about Cade. He's Cade Cunningham, and he's also going to take this one personally as well. Kind of another big missed free throw, not the game-tying free throw, but would have gotten the game within 1. Had to get it out to Duncan for that shot, which was a good shot. I thought it was actually a great executed play, but Black was there and he's been playing fantastic too. So it wasn't like that was, but again, it shouldn't have to come down to that. And I was a little shocked not to see some guys like Daniss in there because, well, I guess this was a different scenario because when you're at the free throw line, they brought in Stu to help tip it out. So that one I can kind of see, but at least towards the end, Daniss didn't have a great offensive start, but neither did Suggs and neither did Robinson. And those guys both ended up waking up. So think about that too with all these other guys. It's like, oh, get them off the court because they're not performing well. Okay. But then they can get hot, like Suggs did, like Robinson did, like some of these guys did. And so that's just the other battle of who do you give more chances to and who don't you? I personally would like to see more Daniss because I know that he's always going to make the right decision, whether it is to shoot or to pass, and it's great defense as well. But I saw a lot of effort from most people, I would say. A lot of good effort just towards the end there. The Magic did get some lucky bounces for those offensive rebounds, but like someone that comes to mind would be like Ron Holland, jumping and diving for those, you know. Paul Reed did get some minutes, and he did well with those. Yeah, it was just tough. It was tough scenarios, and there's not really one person we can put it on, you know. I don't think it's Ivey's fault. I don't think it's LeVert's fault. I don't think it's Duncan Robinson's fault. I don't think it's anyone's fault, guys, because I think that they basically were only strong when Cade was out there. And then Tobias came close with 18 points on 53% shooting. So let's just move on to Tobias as well. Here we go. It's mega hustler. That's what I mean when I said off night for Cade. His legs were looking shot. Yeah, absolutely. If anyone's other comments were like that, he looked like, yeah, he was falling over at times. His knees got weak. Just doing it. I mean, he played 40 minutes of hard basketball. Cade's definitely not someone who is following, who's just going to go out there and just act like he's out there to win. So he's going to go hard every possession. And you could tell that he was getting frustrated as well. It's all their fault, including JB. I agree. But I'm also going to give JD the benefit of the doubt. I told Deuce, I was like, you can't leave me on here too long alone because I'm too optimistic. I'm too nice about this team, you know? But JB, he is dealing with the flexibility of it all. But just like last game, the game before, there were some questionable things for me, but it's just going through the growing pains of this. And this is just tough, guys, because it's a back-to-back loss and it's a cup game loss again. And we just came off a 13-game win streak, but we've still only lost 4 games this season, and that's very, very impressive. Tomorrow, I think we're going to come out hungry. It's going to be a little tough. I'm curious, do the Heat play tonight? Because it'd be nice to know if they're on a back-to-back as well. So if anyone knows, that'd be great. Domo Davies says, Cade doesn't normally get that angry. Ref can't miss that bad of a call, then give a player a tech on top of it. I agree. That was my thing, too, is, again, pretty equal in terms of foul calls. But the Magic would do these, egregious acts, and then we would be punished with the tech. JB, Cade. And so they're not losing. I think Wendell got punished. He got a tech once, and I knew it was going to be a game of techs, guys. This is the Magic. This is what they do. And us, we're not going to just back down from a challenge. But it felt like they got to get their momentum going on the backs of us. And it's like, I mean, if anything, Bane should have gotten a tech for knocking Cade. There were a couple times when the guys were just talking over at our bench. And I think, especially with what happened with Jaden last year, and I think 4 separate players were injured by Magic players last year. It's just the way that they play. The refs let it get chippy early, and then it kind of fell on us. It was kind of us that had to deal with the repercussions, the text, and it kind of, slowed us down as well. The whistle tonight, both ways, 64 free throws in one game is disgusting. So the whistles both ways really just changed the pace as well. I'm not saying, again, that's a reason, but we do like to break away. The Magic like to break away. It was a pretty equal matchup in that sense, but I did not like there. Thank you, Michaela. No, the Heat didn't play tonight. Okay, so they're going to have a day of rest, but hope maybe, I don't know how I think we've won every back-to-back so far. So maybe that's just a good sign. Maybe we're a team that performs better on back-to-backs, and I know that tomorrow we're not going to slack. I mean, losing 2 in a row is not something that this team is known for. Even last year, going back to last year, losing 3 in a row is definitely not something we're known for. So we're definitely going to snap out of it. I'm a little worried about Cade's playing time. He played 40 minutes tonight. So someone, at least tomorrow, definitely has to pick up to help with the offensive load. 3 people, let's hope. 3 people. I saw someone in the comments earlier talking about how the Magic are, they had like 3 shot producers instead. So let me look at them. Yeah, they had, Bane had 37. Bane always plays great against us. I do not understand why we have not figured this out yet. He always plays so good against us. And I really wanted this win because when I saw that Dikembe Mutombo finger wag, I was like, someone stop him, like humble him, not stop him, but humble him. Because it's something about Desmond Bane. He is so good against us. And yeah, Franz does too. He does. The Wagner twins are also up there. And I know some of you are Michigan fans, but I cannot stand the Wagners. I mean, I don't know how Franz just flops his body so much. I'm just not a flopper person. I can't get behind that style of play. But they're great. They're obviously great basketball players. They're great offensive producers, but not my style of play. So Desmond Bane, he had 37 points, and then Franz had 21. And then Anthony Black had 16. And Anthony Black is coming off the bench, and he's been really hot for the Magic lately. So, yeah, they had multiple people score, but, I mean, kind of the same as us with Cade with 39 and then Tobias with 18 and Duren with 16. So we did have the same level of production, just kind of getting down to really just defense and some of these careless plays. I mean, again, 24 turnovers, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, it's just like... Oh man. That's I didn't realize it was that high, guys. So I'm just kind of still shocked at it. I really truly thought I was reading the personal foul total, but nope, that's the turnover total. So 10 more than they did. I'm curious. I'll have to look up what their points off of turnovers were. But back to it. Let's go to Tobias, guys. And Deuce should be here soon as well. I'm sure he's gonna have a lot to say. I was hoping he'd bring the good luck like he did last time. But there will be more opportunities for that. All right, so let's talk about Tobias. Tobias played 30 minutes. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 8 of 15 shooting at 53%, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 of run for free throws. He had 4 fouls. Tobias was our second offensive producer tonight, and I know that like Deuce and I have talked about who we would prefer in the starting lineup and to set a tone. And I saw some comments earlier kind of being like, oh, like when Ivey and Tobias came back, we lost our defensive identity. And I don't necessarily think we lost our defensive identity at all. But that comment and like how Deuce like as pro Stu in the starting lineup, that definitely has me thinking like maybe Stu does need to be out there to really, really set the tone. Because then, you know, once you set it, it's easier for other guys to keep it up. But Tobias really delivered for us tonight as well. He just he had the big lots of big baskets at the rim. I'm just loving how lately he's been just posting up defenders. He's been backing them down and turning at the rim. It's been nice. I just like that kind of aggressiveness in our vet, you know, because we know he can do it. But it just also sets a great example for our other guys to just, you know, go create that basket for yourself. And he had that big 3 at the end of the fourth where he had some great shot looks tonight. I like Tobias out there. He didn't harm us. Definitely him and Cade were the strongest of the game. Which is kind of crazy. I know that he's been up and down with things, and I think he played decent defense as well. But when he is off the court, we tend to, you know, he goes in for Stu. I kind of like the way they did it today. They had Tobias to start, and then they brought in Stu for Tobias, and then Stu and Duren played together for about 3 minutes, and then Duren went out to rest, and then Stu moved to the center. So Stu's kind of doing multiple positions out there. I kind of like that. But I think I'm starting to lean more towards him in the starting lineup now because Tobias obviously is a great player, and we have yet to see him come off the bench and what he could do. But I'm curious if Stu at the basket would have such a crazy presence. I mean, he did, again, get into foul trouble early, but like Bane and Wagner, they know how to get under his skin as well. He's the guy, you know, the Magic, it's like the Magic, the Pacers. What's the other team? Probably the Knicks, but there's like another team that we've always just gotten kind of chippy with. was it the Wolves, and maybe the Wolves last year. I feel like we got chippy with them in every meetup. So they kind of get under, I think, Isaiah Stewart's skin before the game even starts. So let's see. Torch Lord, we played much better with Stu and Duren together. Mega Hustler, Stu definitely should start over Tobias, and I'm not a Stu fan. Okay. Yeah, let's just see what adjustments that JB makes, because now, it's not like these are two fluke losses. Obviously, guys, I do think that we're the better team of the Celtics and the Magic. I really do. I'm not just saying that. We just have to figure out these lineups a little better. But losses like these are what to grow from. That's kind of, at least for me, I feel like we just really take from our losses. We take them so personally, and we just want to change them right away, change what the outcomes right away, and get those wins back. Obviously, but I just feel like our team takes it even to another level, and they hold each other accountable. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are, people even holding JB accountable or talking to him about wanting to be in a certain lineup or a certain scenario. So for me, I would say, what I would ask, because I trust JB and I trust this process. And again, he's admitted it, guys. He said it himself. We're going to have to, mess around a little bit, and it might not look the greatest. I just trust him to take the criticism. I don't think he's playing favorites, guys. Like, I don't think it's favoritism, or he's like, oh, well, I've coached LeVert before, so I want him in. I think he truly is just trying to figure things out. And I know it wasn't LeVert's greatest night tonight, but guys, he's shooting 50% on the season. So that's pretty impressive to me. I did see that. So if it's not LeVert's night, it wasn't anyone's night except for Cade and Tobias and Duren, at least at the start. So just not enough offensive production from these guys, I would say. So let's see. Clara Richardson, agree. Pistons are the better team. JB has to work on the lineups. Yeah. Absolutely. And guys, tell me what you think some of the what changes would you make? I'm really curious, because for me, there's things like, I was really happy to see Paul Reed out there. I think that Paul Reed can really provide an energy spark. And I think on top of the way that Paul Reed plays for us, JB knows that he can provide that spark, and that's why he put them out there. So I definitely appreciate him, doing that. That just means that he's considering things as well. But for me, like Green was out there, and I feel like Green does well. Today would have been a day I would have played Ron more. I know that I think for me, all right, ETA from Deuce is 20 minutes. But I think for me, it's more that, I got distracted now with that text, guys. Again, next time you see Deuce, guys, give him major props for being able to talk into a microphone like this and just ramble his thoughts away. But yeah, I would like to see Ron more, because I think he's young, and even in my mind, I was like, the Magic, like Bane and like Wagner, they're going to take advantage. They're going to want to match up with him, and they're going to take advantage because they definitely seek out the contact for the fouls. So I think that was JB's thinking with Ron as well, that he could, go out there and kind of be taken advantage of in terms of them drawing fouls off of him. But especially at the end, I would have just liked to see him running around more. That he's a hustle guy. I think if he was in during those last 2 minutes where they got four shots, 3 offensive rebounds in a row, that's a rebound that Ron wouldn't let happen, So, let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Deuce, do you want me to pull you up?
Yeah, you can. I'm in the car, but you can.
Yeah, I just can hear you on here.
Can you see me?
Yeah, hold on. There he is.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. We were
No
just
song tonight. No
Yeah.
song tonight.
No singing.
Oh man, what's going on, everybody? What I miss, boss? I'm kind of sick right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sick to your stomach about the game.
Yeah.
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 I don't even know where to start. Energy was great. Energy at LCA was great.
Yeah.
Great. Like I said last time, it looked like it was a packed house. The officiating this game, I'm not gonna blame it all on the officiating, but the officiating this game just killed the whole flow of the game. It
Yeah.
killed the whole flow. Anytime you see Cade that animated, with the refs. It tells you everything you need to know about how the game is being officiated.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it already because I think you'll definitely even notice more when you watch it on the TV. But we were kind of they were getting away with some chippiness, and then we got the text called on us for that. They kind of got momentum fouls, and we didn't. But we and like I also said, I can't blame it totally on the refs either because we only had shot one more free throw than they did. There were 64 free throws in this game, which to me is disgusting. But I do think that they got away with some momentum changing ones where we got punished for sure. And
it was
our momentum.
It wasn't just the amount; it was when. It was when they were called.
Yeah,
that was really a killer. Like I said, it killed the whole flow of the game. Mm-hmm. But honestly,
oh no,
you've already hit on. But
you're breaking up a little bit.
Kate, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I got to drive right now. I got to drive it for me right now, bro. Cade needs more help. This is the second straight game where Cade has put up nearly 40 points, and he had a 39 point, I think, triple-double tonight. Mm-hmm. And they've come up short. They have to get more. They have to get more scoring. I think Tobias had 18, JD had 16, but Duncan had 9. Mm-hmm. He didn't get his last 3 ball until I think the last minute of the game. Once again, not a lot of Daniss Jenkins again.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
And I agree with you there. But I will say that the Magic kind of had the same thing. They had Bang over 37 and then Franz for 21. So that's just 3 more than Tobias. And then Anthony Black for 16. They didn't have a lot of offensive producers as well on their side. But do you want to hear this? I don't know if you saw this. We had 24 turnovers.
Wow.
They had 14.
There's the game right there.
And 7 of them were in the first for Magic, which means that they stopped turning the ball over and we started.
Yeah.
So that was where for me it was bad.
Yikes. I didn't realize 24?
Yes. I know. I thought I was looking at the wrong stat thing. It was not.
That's
it was
crazy.
24. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so catch me up. What did I miss? What did you already do?
I just gave my thoughts about the game. Basically said as much as I want to blame it on some foul calls or offensive production, it was pretty equal in both ways. And I think the turnovers was the biggest issue ended up being 24 to 13 turnovers. Yeah, they only had 6 turnovers after the first. That's nuts. I talked about Cade. And I think Cade I was saying there were sometimes like he missed 3 at the rim baskets in a row and then passed out to Tobias for that big 3. And so that was good for him to read this. For him to read the situation, but I think that, like you said, he needed someone. The reason he couldn't pass it out to anyone is because he couldn't 100% trust that they'd produce it. Like, yes, Tobias was hitting baskets. Yeah. Like, yes, Duncan eventually heated up, but the reason that Cade was driving to the basket so much was because he didn't have a solid 2 to trust the ball with in those moments. So that's how I feel about that. And then so I talked, and then I was
it's tough, man. Like you can't ask him to do everything that he does offensively as far as carrying the load and the offensive responsibility. Because if you watch it, guys, again, he was a 2-way player again tonight, moving his feet, staying in front of guys, playing defense without fouling, like all the things you want to see from your top defender do. He was doing. So it's hard. That's why I say late in games in the fourth, everybody keeps complaining. He missed a free throw again in the fourth quarter. And I'm not saying that it's excusable to miss those, but the likelihood of him doing that goes up when you have him doing so much offensively and defensively when he doesn't have any offensive help. It's the second straight game now where he's missed a free throw at the end of the game. Fatigue is a factor, guys. That's all I'm saying. It's a factor. It's something that they have to look at. They got to get more help for him, for sure. But as a team, though, this is the second straight game, boss, where they had a double-digit lead in the first quarter and blew it.
Yeah.
26-16 to the Celtics last game.
Yeah.
27-14 tonight against the Magic. And they allowed both of those teams for both of those games to close that lead to 6 points in both occasions. I think the last game was 24-30. It ended up being the first quarter with the Boston Celtics. And tonight, I think it was 33-29 at the end of one.
Yeah.
So it's like, once again, you can't take your foot off the pedal once you have a team that's down their best guy.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
no Tatum and Jaylen Brown going to the bench last game. You got a double-digit lead. You got to take advantage. Tonight, 13-point lead in the first quarter. No Paolo.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put that game away. You just have to. They
I
have.
agree.
They're showing their youth and their growing pains. I'm not overreacting because we're still 15-4. If you had told me before the season started, right, keeping things in perspective, if you told me before the season started that we'd be 15-4 and I'd be complaining, I'd have a hard time believing.
Yeah.
So you got to keep it in perspective. It's not great right now, but there are highs and lows to every season. This is just an obvious low, but we have to make some changes for sure.
And it's hard because we just got off of 13 wins, and then to lose 2 in a row is frustrating. And the Magic are a very high-scoring team. What did they put up against the Atlanta Hawks the other day? Like, they put up 86 points in the first half. So, hon, you're breaking up a bit.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so to hold them to 112, we should have that. And we didn't. And so that's frustrating. And I won't move on to the next stat line, but I'll revisit something because we had talked about it and I mentioned it earlier. Because I saw some comments that said our defensive identity changed when Ivey and Tobias came back. And while I don't agree with that, I do think it gives a good argument for Stu being in the starting lineup, like you have been advocating for, because Tobias had the better night stat-wise tonight. Stu got into a lot of foul trouble early. But if he was in with helping with that run that we had at the beginning, or to start the half or something, or maybe, the defensive presence would be more established and a little bit easier to grow our leads and everything. So if you want to give your comments about that, because I talked about that too, because I think Tobias, I'm fine with him in the starting lineup, but I just know that that you have been advocating for too.
Yeah, can you repeat Tobias' stat line from tonight?
Yes, Tobias had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, off of 8 for 15, so 53% shooting. 1 for 4 at 3-point, and only 1 free throw. 1 for 1.
So I'm not once again, it's not anything that he's not doing.
Right.
That is making me want to advocate for Stu.
Yeah.
It's just case in point, last minute of the game, I think we're down 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
And they get 4 shots at the rim off of 3 offensive rebounds because we can't secure the basketball. I don't think that happens if Stu was in the game.
They did have lucky bounces, though. For me, I was saying I don't think that happens if Ron is in the game. I don't think Ron would have let that ball fly into someone else's hand after the second time.
I mean, it's possible, but I still trust Stu at the end of the game than Ron.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to blame Tobias for it. I just have a hard time believing if he has Stu in the game, they get 3 offensive rebounds and we don't turn them over or secure something. One of those. Whether he, even if he doesn't secure the rebound, I could see him being physical to where he is forcing the ref to call a foul the other way.
Yeah.
Like something's gonna shake there for us, I think, in that situation. So once again, it's not anything that Tobias isn't doing because 18, 5, and 3. That's what you would expect from Tobias, especially at this stage of his career.
Of the 24 turnovers, he had 0 of them.
Okay, so once again, that's impressive. That's good.
He had a very good game, like we said. He was in the starting lineup, but I kind of like the way they rotated it tonight because it went Stu in for Tobias, and then Tobias and Duren stayed on the floor for 3 to 4 minutes together, and then Duren went out and Stu moved to the 5. I kind of liked that as well. But we did get to see Paul Reed in, but he wasn't in a too big lineup either.
He didn't play enough.
Yeah.
He didn't play enough. That's another reason why I want to see Stu start, because he forces his way into the lineup as a third big if you start JD with Stu.
Yeah.
All this other stuff is just I don't know, man. I'm not really a fan of not playing 2 bigs together at all times.
Yeah.
At all times.
It's changed. It's changed because in the beginning of this, we said situational. We were like, I don't know if we need this all the time.
I never said situational. If you remember.
You didn't want it.
Huh?
You didn't want it, the 2 bigs, to begin.
Yeah, I never wanted. I never wanted that to be situational. I always wanted it to be Stu and JD. You got to have two bigs in there at all times.
You did not want two bigs. You're so funny.
No, I've always wanted two bigs. I've always.
At the beginning of the season, no.
Yeah, because I've never wanted Tobias to start. King was saying situational. Eric was saying situational.
You didn't.
I've never said situational ever. That is not something that I advocate for. I've been wanting Stewart to start for like 3 years.
We're gonna have a receipts thing, but I know I've had this conversation with you where I brought up that lineup, and you were like, I don't know.
Which one? Which lineup?
Oh, that two big lineup. I told you I wanted a two big lineup, and you were like, I'm not sure. This is at the way beginning.
Not this guy. We're gonna put a film after this. That's his thing.
We'll find the receipts, guys, and one of us will make it right or wrong, and we'll take it like a champ. But
take it on the champ for sure.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But yeah, so that's just kind of, what I talked about a little bit too, because the comments tended to agree. A lot of people I don't think there was anything, guys, that took away. There was a lot of guys that came up short tonight. So you can't just say, oh, it's because of Ivy. Oh, it's because of LeVert. No. No. Yeah. Other than Cade and like last game. Yeah. It was everyone else's shoulders. But we did also talk about, because JB had that press conference where he said there's going to be some games where we need to figure out lineups. Like right now, that's what we're doing. So it's going to be a little messy. And that's just why I just really don't think this is going to last long. I think soon we will have some more concrete, stable lineups. But I am curious tomorrow, like with the Heat coming up tomorrow and Cade playing 40 minutes. I mean, this is when you got to hope that Duncan's going to have the revenge game of his life,
I mean, hopefully we see more Daniss Jenkins because Cade played so many minutes tonight.
Yes.
How many minutes did he play tonight?
Cade played 40.
No, how many did Tank play?
Oh, Daniss. Let me look that up for you. He only played 8. But you know what? He was 0 for.
I don't care.
I know.
I don't care.
But this is what I'm saying, because I brought this up too earlier. Duncan was also started off slow. Jalen Suggs was 0 for 8. Like Ivy didn't hit his big 3 until the second half. He was 0 for 2. Daniss was 0 for 2. It's right now it's deciding. It's just coach deciding who he trusts more to get hot. And I'm not saying he doesn't trust Daniss, but I think he's going to put in his vets over them first to get hot. But so tomorrow, I do hope that Daniss gets more time, because like we saw, Suggs ended up making some very important threes after being cold. And Ivy made an important 3 after being cold. And Duncan finally started making some threes after being cold. So it's just kind of who he was willing to gamble on. I think that's just what's falling on coach's shoulders right now, But I agree, especially for a shooter who's been consistent and who at least makes the right plays in terms of assists.
Like, Boss, what was the most glaring stat you mentioned earlier between the two teams?
The turnovers. Yeah, that's true.
Where's Daniss Jenkins? This dude is averaging a 3 to 4 to 1 assist turnover ratio every game.
Yeah.
Like at some point in the game, you got to put the guy in who has proven he's not going to turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I don't care that he was over. He's going to help somebody else get a good shot.
Yeah.
I don't understand. This is the third game in a row he's played less than 10 minutes.
I did say that too with him, that I want to see more of him, because we know, you and I know, that if he's not hot right away, he'll at least make the right decision.
Yes.
So he'll at least make the assist, and then he eventually does get his baskets and stuff. And you can tell he was fired up. He was standing up a lot of the game. He wanted to be in there. I do think he'll be called upon more tomorrow, you would hope.
I mean, based off the turnovers alone and the fact that Cade played 40 minutes is more than enough reason for him to play heavy minutes tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree.
Back to back? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I agree. And I think, guys, we can't blame it all. Like I said, a lot. I put a comment up earlier. It was everyone's fault, including JB's tonight. I agree. But also, like 2 games ago, we were talking about how JB's coach of the year, So it's just like we're just figuring things out. It just really sucks that it's, again, basically take from that nobody except Cade really, when exceptional, really did their part. And Tobias too. Tobias too. Tobias had a really
I thought Tobias played well.
Yes, very well. Yes. I was saying he's really, I'm loving how he's really backing down defenders. Almost all of his shots were at the rim. Because he really just backs them down. So
Yeah. He did a good job taking advantage of mismatches, switches, and
yeah.
punishing guys in the paint. In the post. Like he did what you expect Tobias to do. I'm not even mad at him. I'm not.
So
For
that's
what?
if you want to
Go
go
ahead.
on to him, he's who I was moving on to because I did my initial thoughts. I did Cade, and I was moving on to Tobias when you popped in. If you want to
Yeah.
talk
So
about
it's not like he played bad by his standards.
right.
That's kind of what I said earlier. It's not he played. He didn't turn the ball over. He was pretty efficient. It was just I just like having more defense in the lineup.
Yeah.
I don't like JD or Stu or Paul Reed out there as the only big by themselves.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which one it is. I want one of those guys to be out there with each other.
Yeah.
It just makes defense easier for I don't know.
I'm not really sure what Stu. So Stu got 5 fouls and no blocks, which is unlike him.
Yeah, that doesn't like him. It seemed like he was, for whatever reason, just extra physical tonight.
So I said to you before you came out, I was like, there's some teams, the Magic, the Pacers, the Wolves, the Knicks, that I feel like get under Stu's skin before the game starts.
Thanks a lot, bro.
So he's already, he's already hyped up and he's feisty. And I think he was just as frustrated as Cade was out there. Like Stu has been very mature. He didn't get a tech tonight or anything, but I think he does do these sloppy fouls when he gets angry because he's seeing guys like Bane hit Cade when they're walking to their benches for timeouts. He's seeing this stuff happen, and all it's doing is giving JB a tech. He's seeing, Anthony Black grab and pull Cade by the jersey in a no call, and it ends up, and Cade not getting the call and ends up in a Cade tech. Like he's seeing these things too. I agree. He's like our guard dog on top of being, our dog pound.
Yeah, I mean,
he's good.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I agree with you there, though. Go ahead.
He stood on the court and just stared all the Magic players down until they left the court at the end of the game.
So what happened with the Bane that you were telling me, because I didn't see it live.
Right, because I
Bane
figured
bumped into Cade or something like that.
I figured you heard the JB tech, but maybe not see it because they're not going to replay it because they're going to get everyone mad. But so they called timeout. The Magic called timeout, I think. And the Pistons were coming off the court, and they're on opposite ends, so they cross like this. And so as Cade's walking by, Bane's walking past him and just takes his shoulder and just smacks him.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay.
And then JB came up, and he's like, that's the S word I'm talking about right there. That's the S word I'm talking about because he was saying it's getting chippy. And here's the thing. The way the Magic are, the refs should have ended the chippiness right away. I'm not saying be like foul heavy, touch fouls, whatever, but the chippiness.
Let them know you got to take control of the game.
The Magic hurt 4 separate NBA players last year,
including one of ours who's struggling to get back to return to form at the moment because of it.
Right. So, it was just
Might go set up. So keep talking. Go ahead. Do your thing.
That was crazy. And then Cade got the tech for just yelling at the ref, and he was really yelling. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, he should have been pissed.
He said some words that I definitely cannot say. It was like 5 in a row that I have to.
Nah, man.
I was actually surprised he didn't get kicked out. What he was saying to the ref.
He should have been pissed. Like seriously, because like I said, he doesn't do that. That's not his MO.
Right.
So when he's responding like that, it's I don't know, man. Like they showed the replay on the jumbotron. He was coming off that screen. He was literally like,
"Oh, he's gone. He'll be back, guys. He'll be on in a second." He's just holding it. He's really like, there he is.
And they were grabbing his jersey like this and holding on to it, and they weren't even calling anything. Like, bro, what are you looking at? It was a ton of calls, man, tonight that they just blatantly just missed.
I liked that timing, like you said. You mentioned the timing because there were obvious calls that were good both ways, but the timing of some of them just again really killed our momentum and gave the momentum to the Magic. So.
Exactly. So give me like 2 minutes. I'm about to hop on my laptop and we can pick it back up.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Let me take you off screen. All right. He should be back any second, guys. Let's see, Camille. Sarah, when I saw Eric Bits in the last game, I said Sarah's changed a lot since I last saw her. I hope you're not upset about that. How was I? Oh, with Eric? Yeah. So, EV, guys, I'll tell you the story real quick while we wait for Deuce because he's going to have the more commentary on this. You can tell he's a little bit more upset than I am about the loss, but I got to go to an event for the Nuggets. I was on a panel with players, Spencer Jones, Deron Holmes, Julian Strother, Hunter Tyson, and Peyton Watson, all young players for the Nuggets. So I was at that event just listening to them talk a bit. Didn't get to watch some of the Celtics games. And once I walked into the building, my Wi-Fi cut out. I was like, that's sketchy, So Eric Vincent did a great job and stepped in for me when I couldn't be there, which I was honestly kind of like, well, I'm actually kind of glad I'm not there for a loss, but now I'm here tonight. So I'm just too optimistic for this team, guys. It's hard to say a bad word about them, even when they give us frustrating losses like this. But yeah, Eric did great. And if any of you aren't following him, Deuce has his info as well. He's a reporter for Detroit, for Clutch Sports, and he's just great. Okay, Deuce is coming back on here.
What's up?
Let me get rid of this one. There you go.
Man. My bad, y'all. I wanted to get on here as soon as I could, so I didn't want to leave Boss hanging. So y'all heard me in the car. But I got some notes in my phone that I wanted to get to. We talked about the officiating, absolute trash. I was annoyed. It was hard to watch in person, man, because the crowd was just ready to. Okay, so there were so many plays in this game where they could have really taken control back of this game. After J.I. hit his three, they had a break opportunity, and JD was running the floor, and he had Jaden on the wing wide open, and he missed him on the pass. Mm-hmm. Jaden needed that. He needed that. To build off of the last shot he made. Yeah. Those are backbreakers.
Yeah.
Those are absolute backbreakers. Like, and Jaden struggled again, guys. And I'm gonna be honest, like, this is what I told you guys about. This is what I said before. He's had 2 good games, he's had 2 bad games. He's played a total of 4 games in 10 months. The players he's playing against had off season to get into shape. They had the whole offseason to work with they had all of last season to build off of going into this season. Jaden just got dropped in the middle of the regular season after missing so much time. This is what's to be expected. Like, to be honest, this is what to be expected. Like, you will want to see him be better. You want to see him be more aggressive. You want to see him in a flow, but it's just going to take time to get there. So I'm still not concerned about him. This is just part of the process of what has to happen in order for it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if post All-Star break, we see peak Jaden Ivey the way and maybe it might not even take that long, but that's what matters the most. We talked about it all the time, boss. Like, we would much rather have had J.I. the second half of last year as opposed to the first half of last year. Mm-hmm. Right? Because we know what would happen in that series against the Knicks had we had him in Stu. Yeah. So I'm not too concerned about him right now. The season isn't won or lost in November. Right? These are tough games to lose, but we're going to lose games. And we're going to win games. So it's just a matter of patience. That's why I'm not really, I'm kind of exhausted with these trade rumors after 2 bad games, after a 2-game losing streak, after a 13-game winning streak. Like, I'm not about to go crazy over that. I'm just not.
How did J.I. win in this? Because I'm sorry, but if he had 4 great games, 4 games in a row after his return, and that would be amazing. That would be otherworldly. And so for him to have 2 good games, and then the minute he has 2 bad games, people are like, I had one guy in one of my chats be like, Jaden's got to go. I'm like, what kind of mindset is that?
Based on what?
Based on
I'd
what?
like to see anybody. I'd like to see anybody who does something that they love, does something that they've always done by routine every day, miss a year of it, and then come back and be tip-top condition like they were before they went down. Like, I want to see anybody in any profession do that. Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a race car driver, whatever it is, whether you're an artist, whatever, you're going to have some rust if you miss nearly a year. I don't care. Like, the same applies here. If I don't, I'm a musician, guys. If I just stop singing for a year, I'm not going to be prime Deuce the way I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the studio, I'm going to be trash. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not even, that's what I think people are just missing.
Right.
I just think they're missing that. So I personally, I'm willing to wait on that because he's shown us what he can do.
Yeah.
He showed us last year what he can do.
Delayed gratification with some things, guys. It's just crazy to me how people just give up on someone so fast. And I do think it has a lot to do with him being out and people not seeing him play, kind of like out of out of sight, out of mind, and then coming back and acting like this. But, you know, you guys are going to have your opinions. Some of you are saying, you know, wait till the playoffs. Yeah, well, I challenge you to do the same. Let's wait. Let's wait till the end of the season. We'll see where he's at. You can come tell us, because I firmly believe that he will feel more comfortable. And it wasn't like tonight, again, it wasn't like he would get out there and he ruined it for everyone. There were two great players this game. I'll throw in JD early. I did not like the way he finished the game, but I
didn't either.
But other than that, guys, everyone else on the court has some blame.
I just want to caution everybody, because I see the comments. Like I'm reading the comments, and y'all know I'm gonna try to be as honest as I can, right? Like I know Jaden, yes, I do, but I've called it out when he hasn't played well. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna jump off the boat. So I'm seeing comments saying like in the playoffs, every power forward is going at Tobias like he's staking. Yeah, he's just not big enough, I don't think. But looking at the Jaden comments, I don't know, man. Think about this, guys. This time last year, who was in the chopping block? Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
Remember that? They were saying they wanted to trade him for Vucevic, trade him for Nick Claxton.
Well, Mobley wouldn't be traded, but people were pro Mobley over Duren.
Yeah, they liked him more. They thought he was better.
His worst season yet. If you want to see someone look like they don't care, go watch Mobley play. Yeah,
they were saying JD's not it. He's not good enough. Yeah. He's lazy. Imagine trading him at that point last year. 15, 20 games in. I'm not going to judge Jaden Ivey off of 4 games. I'm giving him at least 10 to 15 games. At least. I think you guys are being very unfair. I do. To expect him to come back and just be who he was before he went down.
Yeah.
That's not fair, man. Like, if we're being honest about the situation, eliminate, like, take out the streak, take out our record, take out the NBA Cup, and just ask yourself, is this fair? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not fair to expect him to be that guy right now. It's not. I'm not even saying that he hasn't played bad. I'm not even saying he hasn't played bad. He hasn't looked comfortable. No, he has not at all. First 2 games, you could see they were easing him back.
Yeah.
In the last 2 games, you could see they were trying to give him a little bit more. Like tonight, he was bringing the ball up court more, trying to initiate offense, and he went to the basket and he lost the ball. He did the things that he's doing. You can tell it's because of rust.
Right.
You can tell it's because he hasn't played. How many times you see him last year just losing the ball or getting the ball plucked from him? You didn't see that last year.
If you want to blame it on him, without Jaden, we've had 2 losses. And with Jaden, we've had 2 losses.
Right.
That's equal.
That's true. That's true.
So if you're going to say he came back and we started losing, no. We had a win streak because of our depth that now is all healthy, that they've got to figure out a space for them. And I think it's just going to start to click again, because he played 11, 12 people tonight. It's going to start to click that we can't do that anymore.
Yep.
It's just hard, but it's clicking. Yeah. It's clicking for me too, as a fan, that like, oh, we have to actually, we're going to have to make some permanent rotation so that guys get familiar with each other out there and all that. But,
all I'm saying, boss, is, and all I'm asking chat guys, I said the same thing about Ausar last year, because the same thing happened with Ausar last year when he first came back, right before Jaden went down. When Ausar came back, and they were like, "Oh man, this blood clot might be serious, man. He only playing 18 minutes a game. He was ramping up. That's why." They were like, he doesn't look good. He looks a step slow. We should have got the other twin. We should have got Amen. All these different things, right? The same thing with JI, guys. JD, let's stop repeating this process. Let's stop repeating this process in November, in December. Let's haven't we learned?
Like be disappointed, have your opinions, be critical, but don't just make your mind up about certain things, because
that's the key.
Right now, no, we can't make our mind up about anything. It's still so early. We haven't even hit 20 games yet.
Right. That's all I'm saying, is just give him time. Before we start talking trades, just give him time. I'm not like Boss just said, it's okay to have your opinion. It's okay to say he's not playing well. All those things are valid, guys. I'm not even fighting you on that. Straight up. I'm not even fighting you on that. I'm not. Because we're all seeing the same thing. It don't look good right now. No. It's times where I'm like, he needs to go sit down for a minute. Yeah. Right? Just because he's not really in the flow. That's fair. But let's pump the brakes on all this trade talk, because we've seen him, when he is healthy and in rhythm, play much better. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Are you ready to get back to some box scores? I've done.
Let's do it. Let me pull them up.
Cade, and then we finished Tobias. So that's all I've got so far.
So you got through to okay. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna pull the box score right now.
You're good.
For anybody who is familiar with Lindsay Renee, she's big here, boss. She's got like her own huge Instagram channel where she covers old school, like R&B.
Oh,
she's very young, but she's pretty big here. She actually covered my grandfather, who did a song. I met her downtown tonight. Got a chance to meet her in person. I've talked to her before, but we met in person tonight. So she's real good person, real cool girl. It was cold AF outside though. We had to hurry up and we did a quick video and had to get up out of here. But yeah,
I'm there a week from today. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And it hasn't gotten cold in Denver yet, so I'm not looking forward to that. But
man, so real quick? What is the weather like in Denver around this time of year? Is it colder?
It's been about 50. So usually we have our first snow in October, and we have not had a snow in Denver yet.
Word.
Yeah. So it's about 50 degrees, but 50 degrees Colorado, since we're close to the sun, is like 60 degrees Midwest. So
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I got the box score up. So where did we leave off at? Who were you on?
We did Cade and Tobias. So
okay. So we still let's go to Duncan then.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Duncan and I had 9 points. 11 of those 12 shots. What's up?
You're good. You froze for a second, but you're good now.
You got me? Okay.
Yep.
My bad. 3-12 shooting overall. 11 of those 12 shots were threes. 0 for 1 from the free throw line. That lone free throw was off of the 4-point opportunity that he had at the end of the game. He missed it. 1 board, 3 assists, 3 steals. That's encouraging.
Yeah.
And this is what I was talking about with Eric yesterday, boss. If you're going to have, he played 35 minutes. And I'm going to let you take off. But he played 35 minutes. Unless you were just dominating the defensive side of the ball, you can't have 9 points in 35 minutes.
Right.
You just can't.
And he wasn't, I wouldn't say dominating, but he did have the most steals. He did have 3 steals. He did
have 3 steals.
I saw some people in the comments being like, they had him on Bane. They did not have him on Bane.
No, he wasn't guard man.
Have him on Bane. He was on Bane. He was on Franz because of the Magic sought him out. So that's when he's, and we've talked about this before, some of his minutes, when he's not producing on offense, and he is still putting out effort. The effort's still there. Yeah. But it's the fact that he wasn't producing on offense for us, and then they took advantage of it by putting Franz and Bane on him. He accidentally ended it with 2 personal fouls, but they were attacking him to get the shots off because he is our weakest link on defense out there, no matter who's out there, honestly. I think mostly everyone else is pretty solid for us on defense already, but basically everyone. Tobias may be a little slow, but he can still stay in front of a guy. But yeah, so I agree with you there. That was a kind of, again, kind of like their Suggs. Let me just compare him to Suggs. Okay. That's what they reminded me of tonight. So Suggs had 34 minutes, so 10 and a half less, 14 points on 4 of 17.
Wait, say it again?
He had 14 points on 4 of 17. He was
4 of 17.
Yeah, he had 2 and 11 of those were 3. So 2 of 11 from 3. So he just reminded me of him, but Duncan's threes came up big, just like Suggs' threes did. So that's just kind of where I'm at. Like they kept Suggs in. He got hot when they needed him to. Duncan got hot for us when we needed him to. But like in hindsight, even them, they only won by 3 points. Even in hindsight, you're like, well, should we have pulled him out? And Greg Kelser said it on air too. He's like, the only way you can make one is to keep shooting. So that's
that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. But I'll just say to you like this. Some shooters know when they don't have it going.
Yeah.
He had his first 3 shots were air balls. Yeah. Duncan Robinson's first 3 shots were air balls. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, may not be your night, bro.
That's true.
That's kind of what I'm saying. And to be fair, Jalen Suggs is a much better on-ball defender than Duncan Robinson. You don't see the Pistons hunting out Jalen Suggs.
Right. He had 4.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had 4 steals. So like he's known for his physicality and his defensive play more than his offensive play. So it's a totally different situation. Even if he's not getting steals, or he's not getting blocks, what's his field goal percentage against?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I do, but I just from watching the game, that's who that reminded me of, because I was like, okay,
I got you.
He's not getting his shots up. So
Okay.
Again,
Okay.
they both came in clutch when they needed to, but Jalen Suggs was producing defensively slightly more than Duncan was.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to attack him. And he had 4 steals and a block. Duncan had 3 steals. But it is just that like line of like, okay, like, but we also know that in 4 shots, Daniss could have gotten hot. You know, we also know there's other guys that could have gotten hot faster as well. So
yeah, I don't want Duncan playing more than 30 minutes a game.
I think that's fair,
to be honest. And it's once again, it's like the Tobias effect. It's like it's not anything that he is doing that you expect him to do that he's just not doing. Like he's not shooting the ball well, but you know he's not a good defender.
Yeah.
So if you want him in there for spacing, cool. But the fact that he's not a good defender and he's not consistently not a good defender and he's not a creator with the ball, those 2 things, you can't play him 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Just those 2 things are too important to this team to warrant that many minutes.
Yeah. No, I agree. I did. And I agree with you there, especially when we, brag about not brag, but like we know we have the depth we have. There are some guys that, should not be playing over 30 minutes. And it's honestly a goal for most of our starters, over 32, over 34.
Yeah.
We have to be able to give them all breaks, but we just haven't figured out how to make that work yet.
And it's not like we can't. We got guys on the bench who are getting 8 minutes a game. Like I'm still confused.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't get it. Let me say this too. Desmond Bane was a problem, man. I don't know why the Pistons kept letting him go right. Because he kept doing the same thing, getting to that right hand, getting you on your hip, and going off glass. It was like deja vu over and over again, Groundhog Day over and over again.
Every time. He's one of those players that every time, him and McCollum, like some of these small guys, for some reason, just pop off against us, and we just never figure it out. Again, like you said, it's deja vu.
Yeah,
like,
but he's crafty too, though. Like I watched him defend Tobias in the post and stand him up.
Yeah.
He's got a low center of gravity. We know he's got the T-Rex arms, but he's got a low center of gravity, and he wasn't moving. So he knows how to take advantage of his strengths. He's a strong guard. But go ahead. You said what?
Did you see the Dikembe finger wave from where you were sitting?
Unfortunately, no, I did not.
It was bad. It was just like, it gets you. He was out there screaming, excited, and it's just, for me, it's just more like, after Ausar got called for his 4th touch foul against him, he was doing the Dikembe finger wave at Ausar the whole time, and I'm just like,
I didn't say I liked him.
This is when, I don't. I was like, this is when I want them to humble you,
Yeah.
Bane is a good player. He seems to have his best games against us. I don't know, because he's not consistent enough to be doing the Dikembe wave. So
yeah, I'm with you there.
But
I'm with you there.
He did. For me, he is crafty, like you said. Like, I feel like Franz is more of a flopper, while Bane is more crafty to get what he wants.
Bro, Franz, bro.
He's a good player. You literally cannot argue with that. But we
just for sure.
Stop him. So
for sure, yeah. Like Franz was that's a whole other story. I'm not gonna get to that. But back to Duncan.
Yeah,
I gotta see more aggression. Eric mentioned this yesterday. He doesn't really take shots if he doesn't have a clear line of sight. That's in Duncan. Like if he gets it off the catch, and at least the last few games, I saw it up close for sure tonight though. I've seen a couple games early in the season where there's guys flying at him and he still gets it up. But lately, I don't know if guys are just loading up on him quicker. Like as soon as he gets the ball, they're loading up on him, and that's why he's not getting him up. But it's a lot of shots that he passes, he kind of turns down. And I'm noticing when he turns it down, he's not decisive with the next pass.
Okay.
And so it holds up the offense. That was what I saw tonight up close. It was so many times off the catch when they would crowd him, they would get there, they beat him to the spot.
Right.
The screens would be good, but they would just get over the top, and they would come around both sides, one on the backside and help along the front. He wouldn't make the right pass to the right guy off of who was helping.
Yeah, and
that's what I noticed. Go ahead.
That's different from having your feet and set and wanting what you want in a certain way, because he is shooting over defenders. Like he is shooting more, because he was shooting basically only open shots in those first few games, and now he will shoot over defenders. But that's different from like not being able to shoot the shot that you want. Like we see, I don't know. I agree with that too. That like he is kind of does need it to be little more perfect. And he had those really hot games for a few games in a row, and then he went off. Shooters go into up and downs, but when you notice like the difference, it can get a little bit there. But you know what? He'll notice it, and I think that tomorrow, an off shooting night tonight, he has I think a higher chance of having a better shooting night tomorrow, and it being in Miami. And like I mentioned before, we're just going to need him to help take the offensive load off of some of these guys that played. I mean, he only played 4 less minutes than Cade, but Cade. And while Duncan is aggressive and effort, you want more aggressive, but I see the effort more. Cade looked more exhausted because Cade's
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's hard to, and once again, I'm not excusing missed free throws. This is back-to-back games now, right? Like he said post-game after last game, he said, I got to hit my free throws. He said that. So I'm not going to make excuses for it if he's not. You know what I'm saying?
I think in the long run, these kind of losses, these 2 close losses in kind of important games or cup games, in the long run, this just helps them in terms of, this was a 3-point game. It wasn't a blowout. This was a very winnable game at many parts. So it's just in the long run going to show us what we need. Like, it's just going to help our drive even more, especially after a 13 win. But it's still a bummer. But it is going to be, and I mentioned this earlier, but like, I know most teams obviously don't want to lose, but I feel like our team is just very good at fixing our mistakes.
We'll see. Because this is the first real adversity, if you want to call it that, right? Relatively. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, I want to see how they respond to this. And to be honest, guys, and this is why I say we got to keep it in perspective. We can't panic over 2 back-to-back losses. Is that this is still an evaluation year. Just because we got off to that hot start doesn't mean this is still not an evaluation year. We could be 10-6 right now, or 10-8, whatever, and it would still be an evaluation year. So we just happen to be winning more games than we thought throughout the evaluation period. And I think that's where you credit JB Bickerstaff for, that's why I can't really get too mad at him about Daniss Jenkins, even though I'm confused. He has done a great job of like kind of figuring out the right rotations for each game while still picking up dubs. So he's lost 2 trying to do that. So I'm not going to overreact, but I'm still paying attention. By the way, I want to shout out my brother. This is my blood brother, guys. Yeah, for sure. He said Duncan is like the Pistons' Jared Goff. Man, they kind of look alike too. That's the funny thing. You're
just picking white guys. Just like all white guys look the same is what you're doing right now.
You said it, not me.
I'm allowed to.
My name is Bennett and I ain't in it, y'all. But yeah, I think like Duncan's a good player. I'm not even gonna hate on him. Like, he's a good player. He just needs very specific situations or circumstances to be effective. Right? If it's not a really good situation, if he's not getting great screens, if he's not coming off clean, he's not going to be effective. The same way with Jared Goff. If he's not protected, if he doesn't have the protection, if he doesn't have time in the pocket, he can't move around, it's not going to be effective. So I kind of think that's what bro is saying. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you popping on, man. But this is what I'm talking about. We can't do this. We can't do this. Why are we overreacting like this? We're going to mess around and have a 10 loss before we hit 20. Why? What in the world makes you think that? What makes you think that? Like, honestly, aside from just being afraid or being pessimistic.
I can read your minds and tell you.
I don't get it.
It's that we have some harder teams coming up. We've got the Blazers, the Heat, the Bucks. We've got some harder teams based on our schedule. We haven't. It's easy to doom, guys. It's easy to doom and gloom. But what's funny is like even during our win streak, we were dooming and glooming. Like, and people had something to say even there. So I just I think 2 losses in a row is something, again, we weren't even that used to last year. We had a couple 2 losses in a row. I think 1-3 loss in a row later in the season. Then we started the season 0-4. Again, guys, we started the season way worse than where we are now. Yes. And we finished in the first round. So it's okay to doom and gloom, but just take a minute, breathe, and then just think about all the good. And again, just go back to last season. We were worse, and we ended up in the best we've been in years. And I think that with this coaching and this consistency, we're going to get back to it fast.
Keep this in mind too, guys. Like, what was before the last game's loss? What was on the line? What was on the line? What was everybody hoping we were going to do by winning that next game? Break the record,
Yeah.
right? Get to 14, break the record set by the bad boys in 89, 90, and the going to work team in 03, 04, right?
Imagine dooming and glooming for those teams.
But think about it.
Yeah.
03, 04 particularly, and I said this before our first loss. I said, man, guys, I said, don't overreact if this happens. I said this. Take the receipts. We'll pull the receipts. You know I'm going, boss. I said this. I said, guys, after the Pistons won 13 games, the 13th game coming against the San Antonio Spurs. If you guys remember that game, it was a home game where it was tie game. Chauncey Billups pump fake, caught Ginobili in the air, and made a 3-pointer and got fouled. And that led us to that 13th win, right? After that game, it was snapped by the Indiana Pacers, who we would go on to play in the conference finals.
Yeah.
We lost 2 more games after that, guys. So we won 13 straight then, and then lost 3 straight after. And guess who was panicking? This guy right here.
Yeah.
Guess who wasn't panicking? My brother, Kevin.
Yeah.
He was like, my brother's 4 years older than me. And at the time I was 16, 17, and he was 20, 21, 19, 20. He's like, bro, just relax. We just won 13 straight. Why are you panicking for? Relax. You're spoiled right now. You're spoiled. It's a long season. I was like, nah, man, we don't look good, man. This I don't know, man. Maybe the teams we weren't playing weren't that good. Maybe we just, caught, hit some luck or whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
And we won the championship.
Yeah.
It's a long season. I'm not saying we're going to repeat that this year. All I'm saying is you can't overreact. You can't be a prisoner of the moment in these situations. We just won 13 in a row.
Yeah. Look, the Cavs were.
We got to relax.
The Cavs had an amazing season last year. They were like the team that you're just like, there's just no way. And they ended up not going far in the playoffs, and they have not had a great start this season. Like they're above 500. But if you watch them play, guys, they're not the same Cavs that we saw last year. The Knicks are not the same Knicks we saw last year.
No, they're not.
And it is early. I mean, we can talk about doom and gloom all day. We can talk about the streak all day. But just, it's up to you guys and your mindset as fans. For me, I'm just going to keep cheering on this team and believing in them because they've given me a lot to believe in.
Sure.
After 13 wins, I'm not just going to say that they're trash after 2 losses. No way.
There's another moment.
And
cannot be.
You should know by now that these guys take it more seriously than any of us.
Yeah.
None of them are going home feeling good about this.
Yeah, for sure.
None of them are going home. They're going on a plane to Miami right now, but like they're not feeling good. This is going to be a silent plane ride.
Yeah.
No one's talking. And tomorrow they're gonna do it again, and they're gonna come out hard because that's how the Pistons play. That's how they play. Yeah.
So. I just will say they have to do a better job though of not letting their foot off the gas when they have leads. I know I said it earlier on the car ride home, but I have to reiterate it. It's the second straight game they've had a double-digit lead in the first quarter and allowed the inferior team without their best players in the case of the Celtics, not in the game. And they let Baylor Shiremeyer, or whatever his name is, Shireman, Baylor Shireman scored 10 points in the first quarter when they were up 26-16. You're supposed to put that game away with Jaylen Brown on the bench struggling. You got to put that game away. Tonight, same thing. No Paolo. Like it
was basically Desmond Bane.
It was just Desmond Bane. And we allowed them to get back into the game. A lot of careless turnovers, like you mentioned. Yeah. Which is once again why I don't know why certain guys went in the game. Yeah. To settle things. I've always said that. He's the kind of guy when the offense is stuck in the mud, that you bring into the game to settle things down. Right, chat? Y'all know that's what I've said. Boss, I probably getting on your nerves how many times I said it to you. No. But this was a perfect opportunity to put that into action.
This is how I feel too. It's more just like, again, I feel like we could talk about this all night. So it's hard. It's hard when to go to the box scores and give guys their props and their even, I think we hold them accountable. I'm just not going to doom and gloom and say that they ruined the whole thing for us. And some of you commenters are just saying that we don't. I mean, I think even me, who's optimistic, I'll tell you when a guy's playing bad. But there's definitely, I'm not going to go in on every guy because these guys are professional NBA players and it's unlike them. So, but I also did not get to see a lot of the last game or really be thrown in on it with the Celtics. Okay. So I don't know how different we looked from that game. So I'm just comparing it to the last game that we won, which again was pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, that game, the last game, like I said, we let our foot off the gas. There was a period in the second quarter or the first quarter of that game when we were up 26-16. Jaylen Brown, you guys watched the game. Jaylen Brown was shivering cold. He was ice cold. He was trying to will his team to a victory in the first quarter. It was weird. Like he was playing like it was a fourth quarter, and he was just taking every shot. Couldn't throw it in the ocean.
Well, we were part of his hair dye debacle. So
my God.
Gotta make up
he needed to just let that go. Just let it go, bro. Let it go. He on the Stephen A. Smith for real with his hairline way back there. But anyway, he was terrible in the first quarter. He couldn't knock down a shot. And he sat down, and we were up 10 points. That is the time to smell blood in the water, be aggressive, put your foot in the neck, put your foot in the gas pedal, and take this game over.
I agree.
And they didn't do it.
We didn't capitalize. This game, we didn't capitalize off of some of their again, they did have lots of turnovers in the first. They came back. Our 24 turnovers, that's honestly what lost it for us, especially down by 2. I'm just going to say the turnovers were an issue. So anyone that contributed to turnovers, that was bad. It was looks like it was mostly Cade had 8, Duren had 5, Ausar had 3, Ivey had 3. So not his best game either. Yeah. And then Stu had 3. Pretty spread out there, but yeah. So I'm gonna finish because this is supposed to be a Duncan segment, but we got off course. My bad. But it's just, man, I will finish with this. Big Bro says Orlando is a playoff team. They made it as far as we did last year. No shame in dropping one to them. It's no shame in dropping one to them. It's just the way we did it. Yeah. If they had Paolo and they were rolling, if both teams were at full strength and we hadn't just come off a disappointing loss, where the same thing that happened last night was what happened tonight, or last game happened tonight, then I'd be okay with it. If we played a clean game, 10 to 15 turnovers, okay, fine. We get more contributions from Cade, okay, fine. We're not turning the ball over like crazy, okay, fine. And they just outplayed us, okay, cool. For us to lose by 3 and we made all these mistakes, that's the disappointing part for me. Yeah, all the mistakes, and then again, guys, the Magic are a very high scoring team. I think they lead the NBA in points, actually.
Okay. I thought it was the Rockets. Is them?
I think
it's the Magic now? Okay.
I think it's the Magic.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's them. But like they average at least 15 more points than we gave them tonight. So again, and we're one of the higher scoring teams too. So to be at one, not like crazy high, but 109 is, we could do better. So I mean, again, to hold them to 112 and have all those mistakes, again, like it wasn't those 3 offensive rebounds that gave them 4 attempts in a row. It wasn't just that took 30 seconds off the clock. It wasn't only that. Yeah. But that would have been a huge time to just lock in and show up and finish it off. But we didn't.
So okay. Let me get off of a Duncan. We can go to otherwise we'll be here all night. Let's go to, you did Tobias already, right?
Yeah, so we got Ausar or JD.
Let's do Ausar first. All right. Okay. So tonight, Ausar had 8 points, guys, on 3 for 7 shooting, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal in 23 minutes. So he didn't play a lot either. Caris LeVert actually played more than Ausar did tonight, which is crazy. Yeah. Caris LeVert. Okay, we'll get to that.
Foul trouble.
I know. I'm just looking at the guards off the bench and with who got what. Okay. All right, we'll come back to that. Ausar. So what were your thoughts on Ausar tonight, boss?
He did really good. He had the first basket of the game and the first basket of the second half. So he was, and we just been asking Ausar for defense. I just feel like he drove to the basket a lot more. Mm-hmm. It's something that he did a lot more this game that I haven't seen from him recently, but like a couple times, like he missed some easy ones again. And you saw JB on the sideline. You probably didn't, but on the TV when Ausar missed that like easy lay-in that didn't. JB
dunked that, bro.
Yeah, he was like, get it in there, let's go. So that was in the first, and he ended up in the second quarter. He was more aggressive at the basket. He had a follow-up make, and then the next possession he had free throws. Next possession he didn't make them. He's been 1 for 1. Mm-hmm. With free throws. So he's just someone who his defense was good. Let me look up. Did he have?
I don't know. I feel like defensively
he did okay, but he did okay. I think he did okay. But from what we saw of him in that time, I didn't notice anything bad. He did have 3 turnovers, but that's on offense. He had a steal, 7 rebounds, which was big. The 2 assists. It wasn't his best game, but it was his best aggressive starts, I would say. He had an aggressive start.
Yeah, I will say that. I think that's fair.
Third, and then, like you said, kind of foot off the gas.
Fair.
I think that Ausar, and I've talked about this too, there's games where you could just tell he's in his head. So I think when he misses that basket or something in him shifts and he gets a little bit less. He takes the foot off the gas first. To your point,
because I think he did start off aggressive on both sides of the ball. He got his hand on some balls, some deflections, some turnovers, right? Which is what he does best. He actually said that's what gets him going.
Yeah.
On both ends, it's just being able to pick up 94 feet, and his defense is what gets his confidence going on both ends. So that was good to see. But you gotta. I need him to play angrier. I need to start to play angrier.
Yeah. Just
with more force. Right, especially offensively. Because last game, Bos, I know you didn't get a chance to watch the whole game. I don't know if you did yet. But last game, I was talking to Eric about it. Shout out to Eveni. But we were just saying how the Pistons were in the first half, even the whole game, but the first half they were moving the ball well. Right, it was moving, especially in half court. They were moving the ball well. But the ball would always find itself coming back to Ausar on the perimeter. It kept finding him on the perimeter over and over and over again, and you could just see that was the game plan.
Yeah.
To make sure that we rotate enough times to make sure that we are forcing them offensively to their fifth option.
Yeah.
That was the game, and it kept happening.
Yeah.
So it happened again tonight where you would see Franz Wagner giving him 5 to 10 feet. And he's he's in the paint, and Ausar's on the perimeter. And he's like, please. And Ausar is just going right into the trap and going right and trying to bang into them, right? And to get a hoop. And that's like, It's just glaring that teams are hunting out his lack of shooting.
Yeah.
They're hunting it out.
I agree. And I do think he did get angry tonight towards the end because he got like 3 touch fouls in a row. And that's kind of where it's like, then just play aggressive. Because if they're going to call it, stand on business. Because, I mean, the Magic were playing very aggressively too. You just never know with these calls. That was like when they got this 3-second violation called on us. Everybody was our whole team just started clapping because that's a foul call. That's a tech foul you can call on nearly any possession.
Facts.
So it's like, okay, we're going to pick this one. All right. So I think, Ausar, hopefully tonight, like you said, made him angry because it made me angry for him. Just like him against Brunson last year made me angry for him because it's like, if you're going to get called for a foul, then why wouldn't you make it worth it? Why wouldn't you be like, well, here's my physical defense for you instead of silly touch fouls or not being in front of your guy and he leans into you and you get that call, which is a Franz Wagner move, which is a Desmond Bane move. They feel like you're on your side. And so they draw that contact from you. It's a shame.
Right.
You have to stay in front of your guy. And Far's usually very good at that. But again, they had him pretty figured out tonight.
Yeah. And it's not even just them. Like teams are watching film of previous games. I wouldn't be surprised if they watched last night's game. Or I keep saying last night. Was that last night or two days ago against the Celtics? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they watched that film and seeing defensively how they're getting stops against us.
Yeah.
I think the league understands now, if they didn't already before, and this is not a knock on Ausar. I just think they understand that he's not a good nor confident shooter right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he got to the line a lot tonight, and he's not someone you necessarily want there. So you want him at the rim for the rebounds and the cleanup shots, which he got a few of.
He did. So I mean, and we compared this team often, Bos, to the OKC Thunder, right? The similarities with building through the draft. I know Shea was traded there, but he's been there 6+ years, and he was not Shea when he got to the Thunder. He was not Shea, right? He was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Now he's just Shea Butter, right?
That's how Jokic was too. Jokic was always a Nugget, but no one knew his name for a while.
He was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
Yeah. He was a Mike Malone project.
Right. You know better than anybody, Bos, for sure. So it's just like the difference tonight and last game proved it to me as far as the biggest difference for me between us and the Thunder, especially in that starting lineup, is that both teams have a defensive stopper or defensive, a strong defensive perimeter guy. We've got Ausar Thompson. They've got Lu Dort. The difference is that if you leave Lu Dort open for 3, he's going to make you pay. Yeah. That's the difference. You can't leave him. You got to stay. We saw it so many times in the finals last year. The Pacers tried it. They tried it. They wanted their 5th option, taking most of the shots and taking away from Chet and taking away from J-Dub and taking away from Shea and trying to force Hartenstein and Lu Dort to get it done. Once Hartenstein started hitting those floaters in the lane, they tried to adjust it and push it over to Lou. Yep. And he knocked them down over and over again. That's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference. Go ahead.
It is just consistency right now, too, in lineups. And like we talked about, I think it's something they're going to figure out. They're going to have to figure it out pretty quickly. Yeah. I just want to say, hold on, I'm watching the free throw right now. Okay.
Who's playing?
There's 20 seconds left. OKC is up by 4.
On who?
The Suns.
Okay.
But it's Jay Will's. I was kind of hoping they would lose tonight because it's Jay Will's game back. And so he's like, oh, the Suns just scored. They're down by 2. So
wow, good game.
Suns win. Are we going to say that Jay Will is not? They're not good with Jay or Jay Dub. Sorry, I don't know which one they call him.
Jalen Williams. Yeah. Right.
Two of them. But the main
you know what? No. That's a great point, boss. Because he hasn't played all year yet. This is his first game back. Yeah. What's his stat line? If humor me, boss. What's his stat line?
Right now it is 11 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. So pretty good. But he's been playing for 30 minutes, so they threw him in.
So
11 points in 30 minutes is not good. In my
guys,
opinion.
the first couple games, right. First couple games J.I. played, he had 12 points, 10 points in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So if he had 11 points and 8 assists in 30 minutes, what would we be saying?
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I just want the Suns to win for that thing to be like, well, I guess time to trade Jalen Williams because OKC's obviously better without him.
Right. But, perspective is important. I'm glad you brought that up, boss. That's a great point. So I want to hit this here too. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll just update. There's 14 seconds left. It's OKC ball and they're up by 2. So we'll see what happens. But I'll let you guys know when the game ends.
Okay, cool. Back to Ausar. And like I said, guys, I love Ausar. Y'all know how I feel about Ausar. Yeah. Really, really good player for this team. Mm-hmm. But the shooting is glaring. You know, Sean said it best. Thunder have 3 ND guys. We have 3 or D guys. I think that's important. Everybody on the floor needs to be a threat somehow offensively, right? I think if there's a glaring weakness, it makes it hard.
Yeah.
Because it makes it obvious, easier for teams to take that thing away. And if you're able to do that, it really hampers your offense.
Yeah.
So having a guy like Lou Dort who can shoot the ball, when you have guys who can get to the hoop, like Shea, like J-Dub, like we have, like Cade and J.I., you got to have a guy like Lou Dort who can make you pay for that. Because once again, I've said it, like Ausar finds himself open. It's just not really able to be effective because he's not confident in shooting those shots. Yeah. So something needs to be done about that. I don't know what. That's coach. That's why coach is getting the big bucks.
Yeah.
But that's becoming more and more glaring from what I'm seeing.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So that's really all on Ausar. I mean, he had a tough assignment tonight with some of the guys, and like I said, I just see his confidence wavering sometimes. He starts off strong, and then he kind of, if he makes a mistake, you know, they let him know, and he feels it, and he was getting angry about the foul calls too, because I'm sure, I mean, we saw what we saw. I can't even imagine what we didn't see that was going on.
Right. No, that's true too. That's true too. Torch Lord said Vincent ain't getting the job done. Hey man, he's not the one out there shooting the ball. Yeah. He can show them and give them the technique, but they still gotta take the shots. But I know you're just being funny. But yeah, it's just gotta keep. I guess it's something like there's nothing we can do about it right now. Mm-hmm. Like if it's just tough. Yeah. It's just tough right now. I know everybody's looking at trades and things for JI and stuff like that. But that's my thing is like I'm not saying they should trade anybody. I'm not saying that at all. But I think the biggest glaring need right now is secondary playmaking.
Yeah.
And then shooting, consistent shooting. Those to me are the biggest 2 needs for this team right now. I think everything else is taken care of. So Fats Kim, why isn't he playing more? I don't know. 3 games in a row where he hasn't played above 10 minutes. I don't know. But we'll get to Daniss in a minute. So we'll leave it there with Ausar. He did some good things tonight. I want to give him credit. I want to just rat on him tonight. He did do some good things. It's just going to be so much better for the offense when he can consistently have confidence in his jumper. Not even just knock down, but just have confidence enough to shoot it.
Absolutely.
When he's open.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can get to that point soon. All right. So let's go to, you did Tobias, right? Let's go to JD. JD, right? Is that where you're at? Yeah, JD.
Yep,
okay.
JD, let's do it.
Okay, so tonight, guys, JD had 16 points on 5 for 8 shooting, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Shout out to him for that. 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 turnovers. That hurts. 1 steal, 4 blocks in 31 minutes. Boss, take off on JD.
Yeah, so his stocks were really great. The turnovers were again, there's just some teams where I know that JD wants to push it or JB wants to push it, but there's just some teams that Duren cannot. And one of them is the Magic. Again, very steal heavy team. He should not be pushing it up. But I did love he had that one beautiful play of going rim to rim for the dunk because no one stopped him. So I think that's why he does it. But then when he gets stopped, he's very likely going to get, either doubled or steal or fumble the pass or whatever.
Yeah.
So but anyways, in the first he had a score and then he had a block and then he had that nice assist to Tobias. He had a block on Black. In a second, he blocked Wagner after Javonte did. Goga ended up putting in the basket.
Yeah.
But we had 2 guys down there, they're just really good at crashing the glass as well. But Javonte.
No Stu though on that play, by the way. Just saying.
But Green did it.
He's 6'6".
But he did it.
It's not big enough.
But I don't think Stu. I hear you, but I think that point's not for this play because Green blocked him first, and then Duren blocked him, and then they just had another guy crash.
You can play Stu with JD with Green. You can play all 3.
Okay, but I don't think that we the way that we crashed the glass today, we did not have 3 guys under the basket at once to try to get a rebound.
Because we didn't have 3 guys in there that could do it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I still don't think that.
Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
I understand your point. I just think it's the wrong play to make.
It's just too many times that I'm seeing it, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
I haven't seen that many times where a player gets blocked twice in a row and then another guy comes in.
But my point is I don't see too many offensive boards when JD is doing the game. That's my point. I don't see the Pistons giving up offensive boards when those 2 are playing. I just don't see it.
I agree. But here's the thing. They got 3 of their offensive boards. We tied them in offensive boards, by the way. Each team
okay. How many?
14.
Okay.
So, but that one streak that we didn't have it at the end of the game, Stu was out because of foul trouble.
Right.
Even though I think with 5 fouls, you should have him in the last 2 minutes.
He put him in with 4 seconds to go in the game, but didn't have. I don't know, man. I don't know. Did you see that too? Did you see that too?
Yes.
Oh man.
He wanted to tip it out, and because they put him in for that. Because that's when I was kind of like, well, I would want Daniss in that situation.
Yeah.
But also I get why they put in another big guy to help get the ball out because that was their game plan. But anyways,
okay.
JD had a really aggressive game. He had some aggressive moments, but he missed some big things. Like some of these he should have gotten grabbed right away. Some of the rebounds. How many rebounds did he have?
JD 16, I think, right? Wait, no, 12.
12 rebounds.
I think
okay, so he did have a lot of rebounds, but I'm curious to see when those were because it just felt like at the end, a lot of us just stopped.
I agree.
They just assumed another guy would get it. I don't understand. Because it wasn't just that play. There was a lot of plays we just let them have second chances towards the end of the game.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to reiterate too much. But once again, what I've seen the last couple games is JD getting put out on a switch, and JD is out on the island trying to guard the guard. And when the shot goes up, who's underneath the rim? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's the domino effect that comes with not having 2 guys out there. The fact that we couldn't grab one of the 4 rebounds at the end of the game when they had 4 rebounds in a row because you just couldn't secure the ball. That's what they did last game. If you guys remember, when JD would be on the island, he'd be isolated on Jaylen Brown or somebody, and there'd be nobody else under the hoop that's big enough to box out and help the helper.
Yeah.
And that's how you get offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Is when you got your undersized power forward trying to secure the rebound and finish possessions defensively. That's when offensive rebounds are going to happen. That's how they're born.
Yeah.
When you don't have a guy who can properly help the helper. And Stu is one of the best at that in the league. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to but it came up again. So I had to mention it again.
But for me, I mean, they did get a couple lucky bounces at the end, but it shouldn't have come down to that. Again,
it shouldn't.
For sure. We haven't gotten to that. By the way, OKC won by 4 points.
Okay.
But the Nuggets are about to fall to a Wemby-less Spurs. But I want to see Ron. So Ron had 1 foul. Why wasn't he in more?
How many minutes did he play? Let me see.
He played 8, almost
9 minutes.
But it's like That's a guy who would have chased down those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I'm confused, boss. I don't know how both Javonte Green and Ron Holland don't play more than 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Neither one of them.
And neither one of them were in foul trouble.
And neither of them were. That's strange to me.
That is strange to me too.
You know, like a defensive team, we've hung our hat on that all year. Caris LeVert had twice as many minutes as those guys.
Yeah.
Combined. Well, he had more minutes than those guys combined.
Right.
He had 24.
Well, because they basically brought him in for when Cade was off, and then they kept him, which was very rare, but then they kept him in with Cade. But I mean, I agree. I don't love I like LeVert. We'll get to him. He didn't have this great night. But I will say they put a stat on the TV. This whole season, he's been shooting 50%. As LeVert? Yeah.
Okay.
I just think he basically has a really good game or a really off game. But anyways, I don't want to get,
Yeah, I got you.
Because he also did come in for defense as well, but it's just kind of clicking for me. Like, I guess I assume that Ron, or what I was saying earlier is I think JB was maybe worried that they would take advantage of Ron because Ron seems to draw foul. Like, you seem to be able to, like, I think Wagner and Bane would get
like coax him into fouls.
Yes, and then Ron, when he gets in that headspace, we've seen him. He's animated. Like, he might just stay there and keep getting these silly fouls. But when you only have one foul, are you kidding?
Let him go.
He should have been in for the last 7 minutes of the fourth.
I agree.
Because he also had a play. I know we're not on Ron, but he also had a play where he stole the ball and he stopped. There were two. He was running up the court. He saw that there were three Magic guys collapsing, and he did not bring it to the rim. He stopped because he's like, "Hey, I've been messing these up. I'm going to give it to the playmaker and let him decide what to do."
Yeah. Yep.
So to me, that was just showed maturity in his decision making. But
true.
Yeah, that one confuses me.
But back to JD.
Yeah.
And this is it too for me. Armor app says 6'8" Toby versus 7 foot Badatse. But I don't even know how you say his name.
Goga.
But
let's call him Goga.
Goga.
Yeah.
Goga. So it's not Tobias' fault that he's 6'8". It's just that he's just not big enough.
Yeah. But Goga had a hard time defending him. Goga was getting all his fouls on Tobias.
He did. But who wouldn't Goga have a hard time defending?
Yeah,
I mean, he's not that good. He's just big. So when you got a guy who's just big, his only advantage is size. You can't have Toby out there.
He had 4 points and 4 fouls.
Ugh, yikes. So not that Stewart 7 feet, but he plays like he's 6'10", 6'11". You know what I mean? He plays bigger. So once again, when JD's out there by himself on the guard and the shot goes up and nobody's under the rim because JD's on the perimeter, who's going to grab the board?
Right.
Stu makes more sense.
Yeah.
He just makes, you know what I'm saying? So it's not, and honestly, but boss, that's why they want JD on the perimeter. That's why they're switching him to get out of here. You're the rebounder. Hey, get out here so we can get boards, offensive rebounds.
Stu did make his 3. So, I am leaning more towards that boat because I think that Tobias the way he's producing and what he can do actually would really benefit our second unit. It really would. Yeah.
It would. That punch off the bench would be exactly what you would need.
Tobias would keep going. He'd be fine. Okay.
So I'm just hoping that they give it a shot because
they put Reed in today for a spark. I mentioned at the beginning. I think that like JB thinks like we think, guys. Like what we are seeing, it's not like they just haven't seen it. I do think that JB put in Reed because first of all, he wouldn't put in Reed if he didn't trust him to make good decisions. But also he knows that Paul Reed can be a huge spark off the bench. And that's what he was looking for.
6 minutes ain't enough, though.
No, I know, and I agree. Like I said two things ago, or when we did our roundtable, I was like, whatever minutes they give him is not enough for me.
Fact, you did say that.
So, but I think some of these guys will get more opportunities next game, but yeah, there's gonna be some consistency needed soon. I don't know. Now I'm just questioning some of it because if I wanted aggressive defense, especially towards the end, there's guys that would have played more. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're built on. Yeah. Like I said last game, like, and the same thing happened last game. We're not gonna win close games, guys, by outscoring teams. Yeah. Our team, we've never done it that way, first of all, and our current team isn't built that way. We're not built that way. So opening lineup and closing lineup needs to be a defensive lineup. Period. That's how you avoid these offensive rebound after. That is demoralizing, boss. Yeah.
When it's a close game and you just got to get what you think is going to be one stop, but that one stop turns into 3 or 4 stops because you played a whole minute of game time on that end, and then they score.
Yeah. Mentally
and physically, you're gassed now.
Yeah.
That's why you got to win games with your defense.
I know.
So
you could tell out there. But again, when we did get stops, we didn't capitalize off of them. It's almost like we played. Okay. So we played, not that the Magic are a bad team, but today they weren't their best and we played down to them.
Yes.
We played down to them instead of just going out there and being, I don't know if it was because the physicality and we thought that we could, as soon as I saw them being as physical and getting no calls, I would be just as physical.
Facts.
Let the refs take the heat later. Let them, let it come.
Expose them.
But just get more physical. And I know we had guys in foul trouble, but like, to know that Ron Holland only had 1 foul, Javonte Green only had 2. That's some
played 10 minutes apiece.
That's some physical games we could have done. There's some physical things we could have done there as well. So
yeah.
I don't know. There's something, I don't know. Maybe all the good teams just lost tonight. The Cavs lost, the Nuggets lost. Maybe it's just a jinx on us.
I don't know. Thunder won, man. I'm mad about that, but whatever.
With Shay's 18 free throws,
the merchant is merchanting again. Yes. You already know. you already know. Oh man. Okay. We'll leave it there. Man. Yeah, like it's we're built on defense. I just want to see us go to our string. My brother said, like, the days of Wiseman. Like, that's why we don't have a Wiseman on this team anymore. No shade, but we need bigs who are going to play tough defense. That's how we've always had bigs that play tough defense, whether it was Bill Embiid, Rick Mahorn, and John Sally, and Buddha, whether it was Sheed and Ben, you know what I mean, and Eldon Campbell. Like, we always had guys, McDice. Say what?
Greg Monroe got in there for us a little bit.
He didn't play no defense. Greg Monroe didn't play no defense. He was a modest man, Zach Randolph.
You were going to say. Greg Monroe was just the guy who stood there. It was just the easiest guy to get.
Modest man, Zach Randolph.
He was scary in sight, but then he just did nothing else.
Very, very polished offensively. He didn't have any. He couldn't. Jump over a phone book, but very polished offensively.
Jason Maxiell is not all there in the head, but he was fun.
Oh, I messed with Maxiell. Yeah. Maxiell had a little bit of stew to him.
Yeah, he's a little crazy.
That's why I like him.
A little crazy.
For sure. All right, boss. We'll leave it there. Let's go ahead, guys. And we see you in the comments. We're trying to get to as many of you guys as we can. Yeah. My brother he couldn't stand moves. We'll get to a few more comments. We'll get to a few more guys, and then we'll get to some more comments. Let's go to the bench, boss.
Yeah.
So let's start with. You mentioned Paul Reed. Let's start there. Paul Reed. And that's the crazy part. We're just gonna go in order. Paul Reed, guys, tonight had 1 point, had a bucket, not even a bucket. He had 1 point on 1 for 2 free throws, 1 rebound, 1 block in 6 minutes.
Okay, so he blocked Bane, which was satisfying.
He did,
and he also drew that offensive foul.
Yes, he did.
Ball back,
and he also played. Go ahead.
That was when we were down by 7, and Cade did get a basket over that to bring us within 5. And then he did, draw the foul and get the free throw line, made one of his 3 throws, whatever. That's better than some of these other guys. So I'll take the point. But for 5.5 minutes, they got him in too late. Because if that's what he was doing, if he was drawing offensive fouls earlier, if he was blocking earlier, then you know what we really, really could have utilized Duren and Stu on the same court at the same time. And maybe that would have minimized Stu's foul trouble. So hopefully, Reed, obviously they know what he can do. So I'm just hoping that earns him triple the minutes tomorrow.
I hope so. Yeah, it looks like, we're on the same page here, chat. Like, I would have, once again, another guy who has done nothing, in my opinion, to have his minutes virtually cut to nothing. He's had some DNPs. This is the most he's played in the last couple games, and he played 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So between him and DJ, I don't think either of those guys have done anything that warrants their minutes being chopped in half, more than a half, just because guys are back. I was telling Eric yesterday, like, it's a fine line between, getting your starters back and overplaying them because they're back. Right. Especially if we were like 10-7 and they came and the starters are coming back and we were struggling and you could see we just didn't have enough, then of course you want to get your starters back ASAP. But when you're on a winning streak, in large part because of the guys who filled in for you, I think you got to be careful how much you bring your starters back too quickly, how many minutes you're giving them just because they're back.
So I agree with that. But the only starter, I mean, Tobias was back and he did great. And like, for me, it's just more like, I think that they're just trying to figure it out. I don't think that he's intentionally like, I don't know. I think that they're just messing with some lineups. They're being like, we have to get Ivy some minutes.
Yeah.
We have to get, LeVert's back. We'll get him some minutes. And I think that if Ivy was playing better, LeVert would have less. But again, we have Daniss.
That's true.
Why should we if we have another guy? I think they're just, and like JB has said, they're just, they have to experiment because they're working towards consistency. They're working towards, this is the lineups that we'll go with. And these guys will be here for injuries, for fill-ins, for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still working towards that. So for me, I have to wait to see what happens tomorrow because I think guys like Javonte, guys like Ron, guys like Daniss, guys like Paul, guys like Mikey, I think they're going to have much more minutes tomorrow. Not saying they're going to outpace, the starters or take over, but I do think that hopefully they'll be able to balance it a little more because they also had the starting lineup in there a while. Like the starters stayed on the floor together for a while.
Yep.
Almost every starter played at least 30 minutes or more, except for Ausar.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even be the first. Again, like why is Duncan our second most? And I've said this before, and we talked about it last time. Like he was hitting. Why is he our second most when he's not producing on offense? And I know guys like Ron and Green can also get 3 steals.
Right.
For us.
Right. Exactly. Good point. This comment made me laugh. I'm sorry. You might not. I don't even know if you know who. Most of you guys know who this is. You're talking about like big guys need to bring back. I'm seeing Sekou bring Sekou back, bring Don Reed back, bring Chiksam back, and then I saw Bossa Copra Pizza, who's really Bossa Koprivica, who I don't think he even played a minute here, but Copra Pizza is hilarious, bro. That is classy. That's funny. Had to point that out. That's a pretty good nickname. But yeah, I'm with you. I do think we need to get.
Oh, we got a Beasley update.
Oh, okay, NBA status. The NBA is still conducting its own investigation. Come on, how long? What is going on? His free agency and ability to sign a new contract are paused until that's not even an update. We already knew that. Not to you, NBA. I appreciate the update. But the update they're giving, we already knew that. We already knew they were conducting their own investigation. I thought it was assumed, but I didn't know. I think tonight is just confirmed. Like, because where is he? So I appreciate that update because I assumed, but I didn't know that they were like paused because I thought maybe he could go to a team and no one just wanted to take him yet. Okay, well now I have it confirmed. When did you? Yeah, like okay, so just for me then, because I got you because I've been keeping it very close. I told you I'll be talking to him on Twitch sometimes, so maybe I'm just very very in tune with it. I'm not even trying to get on you for not. I'm just saying I was just hoping this was gonna be like. Okay, either he's in or he's out. Because I had done some digging and I found this earlier that I guess the FBI had finished theirs and now the NBA is doing their own. I was like, why? What are you gonna find that the FBI didn't? The NBA doesn't have the resources that they do. Nowhere near.
Yeah.
So it's like, what else is there to do that the FBI hasn't already done? That's the part that has me confused. Go ahead.
Now it just seems like it's confirmed for everyone. Like, and so hopefully, to me, that's a good sign of that. Well, now they've said this, and so they have to keep up with updates. They have to keep things on track.
True.
So hopefully by the end of the year, hopefully maybe a Christmas gift. We'll know.
I just hope they're not being petty at this point because I really don't know what they can do that the FBI has not already done.
Yeah.
Because they know he can't come back until they officially say it's over. Yeah. I just hope he's not being petty. Brother says, in other news, water is also wet. So I guess you also knew that was the latest update too, bro, for sure. Yeah, the league is wild. That's crazy. Omar says the NBA is trying to make an example out of Bees. I mean, I don't even know why. Like, if he hasn't done anything, then what's the example? That's the crazy part. Like, usually and I hear what you're saying, Omar, but usually when that happens, it's because somebody's done something and the penalty is worse than it should be.
Yeah.
But when you haven't done anything, why are they picking you? You know what I'm saying? I can see Terry Rozier if he did something, or hopefully not, but Chauncey if he did something, or who's actually proven guilty of something, which I don't think they have yet. But I'm just making the point that it looks like it may be bad.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's still bad, but at least there's something that they actually did. But with Bees, what has he done? What is proven? That's the part, and I don't know, man. It just feels kind of petty to me. I ain't gonna lie. There was supposed to be a bees conversation, but it just reignited my irritation with that for him because he hasn't even been charged with anything. Anyway, all right, we'll leave it there. Free bees. We all know what the deal is. All right, let's move on, boss. Let's go to Stu.
Okay.
So, guys, tonight Stu had 8 points on 2 of 3 shooting, 1 for 1 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 boards, 1 assist, 3 turnovers in 14 minutes. So, what was your reaction to Stu tonight?
I just love that he was just posting up Isaac. Like, he was really posting up for his shots.
Yeah.
I've seen that from him a few times in a row now, where if he gets the ball down low and it's not exactly in the range he wants to shoot it, instead of passing it back out, he'll be like, hey, you know what? I will use my strength, because his hook shot is nice. It's very reliable.
Yeah.
But he had that lob to JD for a jam in the first, I believe. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hit a 3 on the next possession after that. He just came in, immediately contributed. Just attacking the basket more. And then at the end of the second, he had that block on Isaac, which then led Cade to push it up to Duncan, who hit his first 3 of the game, I believe.
Right.
So just a momentum changer. But the foul troubles was bad. He made his free throws. He did everything right, but he just couldn't be on the floor as much because of the fouls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It seemed like, I don't know what it was, but it seemed like he allowed his emotions to get the better of him tonight. I don't know if there's anything personal.
2 moving screens.
Yeah, but honestly though, like one of those didn't look, maybe both, but the one he
on Franz.
didn't.
No, Franz threw his body to the ground.
Yeah. Like, come on, bro. The refs was on some other stuff tonight, bro. I don't know what was going on.
Franz reminds me of like one of those inflatable tube guys. The way that he really just like he uses his arms a lot when he flops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Brunson's the neck whip, and Franz is the arms, the upper body. Oh, you hit a ball out of my hands. Let me just throw them all up.
Right.
There were a couple times that he didn't get the call on that, but he does. The minute he feels contact, he's like throwing himself.
Yeah, he's like a combination of Brunson and Shea all in one. Annoying.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I want to know what his that mask looks like. It does nothing. So I'm just like, whatever. But
but Stu, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you're up with Stu. So.
Yeah, I mean, impact.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked down his free throws. Oh, by the way, I want to give JD credit too for hitting his free throws, 6 for 6. Yeah. Very, very well. Very good. Last 2 games, he's been 5 for 8, 6 for 10, 7 for 11. So 6 for 6 is better. Stu 3 for 3. Stu's been really solid at the free throw line this year.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I got to give him credit for that. And I would have liked to see him punish Jonathan Isaac more.
Yeah.
More. Because even though Isaac is taller and he's long and rangy, he don't like that physicality like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not big. Stu should have had him in foul trouble.
Yeah. I
think. Even though Stu's not Joel Embiid or Akeem in the post, he's good enough and strong enough to knock him off a spot and make him have to foul him.
Right. Exactly.
I would have liked to see them look for him more. Go ahead.
That's exactly my point. He's been posting guys up. He's been making those shots, and then he's been getting the foul calls when that happens. So that's just what I want more from him too. And I think like you said, personal. I think it's just like some stuff is just like, remember when he punched Eubanks in the tunnel? That wasn't.
Oh man, yeah.
That was just pregame stuff. Like he doesn't like. Look, he wants to play physical, and I think this is why Stu gets a bad rap, is because he wants to play physical, but I don't think he's a dirty player. But if you're dirty first, he's going to match your energy.
Yep.
So I feel like he was matching the energy of the Magic players, and that's what a lot of us were doing. And again, we were getting the short end of the sticks. We were getting the text. We were getting the foul calls on certain things. Like, because was it him and Franz were getting into it going up the court once. And Franz takes it out. He's just better at playing victim. Like, I don't know. Because Stu will stand it down. Stu's not going to, I've never seen Stu turn to a ref and say this. He just.
Right. Yeah. He just goes the other way. And he's not good at hiding it.
Right.
It's like he gets to a point where he doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's not, like, basketball doesn't matter anymore. It's like he gets personal. He zones out of basketball and goes to, hey, what's up?
Right. That's like, I want to know what he was saying at the end, because like in his you play with Legos rant with Miles Turner, he was doing that same kind of pointing. And then again, he stood there and he watched all of them get off the court.
Right.
It was pretty, like, oh man.
So he needs to work on being more crafty and just, knowing how to be more sly with this physicality, because he gets to a point where he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
And
I'll just whip you down.
And sometimes he can hurt the team when he does that. It doesn't happen often, nearly like it used to.
And you know what? He's known for pulling Giannis down by his jersey. Giannis
they get a lot, yeah.
Under his skin too. So
yeah.
And I don't know if Giannis will be back, guys, on Wednesday. I don't know if he'll be back next Saturday.
Yeah.
Selfishly, I want to see him play when I'm in town.
Yeah.
But also, Stu, with a game like this, I'm okay that Stu kind of lost it a bit because I think he'll lock in.
Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah.
Sometimes he needs these to just almost like Williams on the Lions. Sometimes you just need to crash out and then play pretty.
You got to keep it in. Yeah. You got to keep it in check sometimes. Yeah. I want to get to a couple comments here from the Rock Never Stop. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you and your support, man. You all showing support. I try to show it back whenever I can. Got to get you on the show. I did see your message. We're going to talk soon. I'm going to shoot you a text. We're going to talk and get you on the show. But two comments here. I want to kind of push back on a little bit about Cade. Said 1, Cade, 8 turnovers. 2, Stu bad fouls and lack of focus. 3, not securing crucial rebounds. So like the crucial rebounds at the end of the game were when Tobias Harris was in the game. Stu didn't come back until 4 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
I don't even know at the free. I don't know why he came in that late, but it was Tobias and JD at the end. Once again, I'm not trying to get on anybody. I'm just responding. Stu wasn't in the game for that period. When those 3 offensive boards, it was Tobias and JD. I think if Stu was in the game, that wouldn't have happened. Yeah. The number 1 says Cade 8 turnovers. That is valid. That is valid, right? Because here's the thing. His turnovers this year have really been down overall. This is probably the highest I think he's had all year. Mm-hmm. But once again, 40 minutes. And why is he playing 40 minutes?
He had like 2 bad turnovers towards the end, but some of those were also non-calls. Right?
That's true. There were fouls that they didn't call. Right. 100%.
Take it off and get back.
100%.
So I'm not saying he still had some crucial ones towards the end of the game where they went out of bounds off of him. Where he was dribbling into trouble.
Like last game.
A couple of those were.
Yep.
Where I won't. I mean, I can't even do enough. Maybe I would say 3. I'll give him 3.
Okay.
Because I say the other ones were good steals or fumbled turnovers.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Some of those. Yeah.
Bring it down to 5. Still too much.
Right. And that's the point. That's why I think it's just more so he's playing too many minutes. Mm-hmm. I say it all the time, guys. We saw what happened last year when J.I. got hurt. Before Schroeder got here, that period of a month or however long it was, Cade probably played his worst ball of the season because he was playing 41, 42 minutes because he was the only playmaker on the team, having to do everything, trying to be a two-way player, exerting energy defensively, while also having this huge responsibility offensively. Toward the end of the game, you're going to be gassed. You're going to be a little bit lazy. You're not going to have the same handle. You're not going to have the same crisp, and you're not going to be as sharp.
Yeah.
So it's not an excuse for having a high turnover game, but you'll notice he has those games when he's playing more minutes.
Yeah.
And especially, and the thing about him, I respect the fact that he has higher turnover games, but is still willing to play defense. It's not like he's not playing defense so he can avoid the turnovers. He's like, I'm going to play defense and I'm going to do my best offensively. Whatever I got left, live with it.
Yep.
You don't want that? Then have somebody else in here. But I'd rather him do that than not play defense and only have 4 or 5 turnovers.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but those things correlate. And so it's like you say, bro, this is probably the point that he was trying to get to, is that Daniss Jenkins is needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I think we're on the same page there. So it's just like, you gotta help him out, because when the offense is stuck in the mud, Daniss can rejuvenate it and get it going. And simultaneously it lowers Cade's minutes. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. That's why I'm so confused with why he's not playing. We're going to get to him. Yeah. But I had to shout you out, get to your comment. Now let's get back to, unless you had another comment, boss. You want to comment on that?
No, I was going to say someone did mention that Giannis Antetokounmpo did play tonight. They lost to the Knicks. Trade him. They're obviously terrible with Giannis on the court. But because they lost by 9 and we only lost by 3. But anyways, so we should expect him this week. Tough. Because it's gonna go, guys. And someone said the Hawks won. The Hawks beat someone else in the East. But our next games are Heat, Hawks, Bucks, Trailblazers, Bucks.
Yeah.
Gotta put it together. So
yeah, that's right.
Also, I have I thought of a question for you, but I'm going to wait till we're done with box scores.
Okay. Yeah. So hold on to that for me.
Yep.
There's a few more comments I wanted to get to, but we'll circle back to some of these questions. Repost them again repost them again as we're getting towards the end, and if we can, we'll get to them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Bos. Let's go to Ron Holland.
Okay.
In 9 minutes, Ron Holland had 1 assist and 1 turnover.
Yeah, I don't think I have any notes on him.
I don't either. I almost forgot he was even out there. It's hard to be effective when you don't play. To me, if you don't play at least 10 plus,
right?
It's hard. Go ahead.
Did he get a steal or someone else got a steal? And
No, he didn't get a steal. He had an assist.
So someone else had that steal then, because they did break away. Remember,
Javonte.
Because that's when he was like, I was like, he saw the magic and he thought secondly about going in and giving it right back.
Yes.
So for me, I don't get it, because the way that the Magic were playing, Ron is exactly whose energy I would have wanted.
So this is who I would have wanted.
Oh yeah.
I think this is perfect.
But together, all together.
Yeah, well, the reason I say Green, because it's situational, right? I think this is situational. The reason I say Green over Ron against Bane is because Green is strong. He's a tank.
Yeah.
Not to say Ron is weak, but he's a little slender. He's thinner.
He can get run over.
Like, yeah, Green, you're not gonna bully him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's taller. He's taller than Bane too. I think Green is 6'6", Bane about 6'4", 6'5". To me, that's a perfect situation. Perfect situation. I don't care if he fouls out. I don't care. Like, he would have been guarding him for the rest of the game once you saw he was going to be a problem.
And I don't think he would have fouled out because he's Green and
he's a good defender.
He's had more than 3 fouls in a game this season. So
you're probably right. He's a good defender. He's athletic. He's got quick feet. He's smart. He's a vet.
Yeah.
Where was Javonte Green? Why did he only play 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Why did some of our best wing defenders not play more than 20 minutes combined?
Yeah. And guys, it's not LeVert. LeVert did have more minutes tonight, but he's not stealing every defender's minutes, I promise you.
Yeah, I mean, I still think 24 is a lot.
Yeah, I agree too.
But I agree with you there.
They wanted another ball handler. They should have played Daniss. LeVert, Cade, Daniss, Ivey. Those guys are interchangeable to me. Green, Holland, they're not as interchangeable as LeVert is. LeVert, we have in more for offense. Yeah, just with our defenders, we could have had them in for other people, like Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's fair. Yeah. So I don't have anything around. Like, I don't. It's not good or bad. It's just incomplete. He just didn't play enough.
I hope that he feels like I hope he's hungry. I know he is.
Oh, for sure.
He's hungry, and that JB utilizes that against the Heat on
right.
Because Tyler Hero is back and healthy, and he's a force on the perimeter. And I think that Ron could really give him some problems. And Javonte. So, and if you want to move on to Javonte, since we've been talking about him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have too much on him either, other than what I just said. Yeah. He had a nice steal when it looked like the Magic we're going to get out on the break. He intercepted a pass, right? Yeah. That was the highlight for me with him. He only played 10 minutes.
He blocked Wagner too.
He did block Wagner, and I'm just confused, but I'm just really confused. I'm not saying the coach staff is wrong. Mm-hmm. I just don't know I don't know what they're thinking right now.
Yeah, especially because it seems like they tried to optimize our offense in moments when we needed it, when from the start, even they've been saying we grow off of our defense. Yeah. So maybe just because the Magic weren't having their best offensive game too, maybe they thought that we could just match widths or something, and just get ahead of them. But no, I agree. Man. And this will relate to my question later, so I won't talk about it. But I didn't realize how little they played. You would think that they were out with foul trouble or something. And you made that point about the fouls
or
silly mistakes. I don't think Green had 1 turnover and Ron Holland had a turnover. Maybe he was just holding that against them. I don't know.
I mean, we had 24 in total, so everybody could have been held accountable for that. The only bench everybody.
Without turnovers. That's actually a better stat. There's only 3 players without turnovers tonight that played substantial minutes: LeVert, Harris, and Robinson.
Okay.
Kind of shocking.
That's very shocking.
Yeah, those 3 names.
Yeah, that's interesting. But to see that Javonte Green, Ron Holland, and Daniss Jenkins played a combined 27 minutes.
And that's a lineup in itself that I would want.
Yeah. And then you add Paul Reed with his 6 minutes. Like all the guys who helped us get on this streak or continue this streak.
The fire starters, yeah,
are just not playing.
Hey,
it's just strange to me. I don't understand.
Maybe they make that adjustment tomorrow. But
yeah, Fats came. I don't know what they're thinking. He says JB's played by the contract. That is a thing. I'm not saying it's a thing for this team, but King would always mention that when we would say, should Tobias be starting? He's like, he made too much money, bro. He made $26 million. I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead.
Daniss only has a certain amount of games he can play with us without a contract. Why are we wasting 4 or 5 minutes on him?
That's a good point. That is a great point.
3 games back to back where he's had low minutes and those are like games played. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's like why not? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That may be the point of the night.
Yeah.
Seriously.
A little annoyed, and I know they're just figuring it out. And this is why I want to see what happens tomorrow, because now we've lost 2 in a row, and the mindset better be something's got to change.
I agree.
Let's go back to something that worked before.
Yeah.
And so that would be playing some of these guys that, again, helped the streak for 4 or 5 games in a row.
Wasn't that a great point, chat, that she just made? Because it's almost like a waste. It's like it made sense when Cade was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But he played 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That was what Jeremy was saying. It's like some of the things that Jeremy Hart, who's guys is his developmental trainer, was saying is that like the way he was barking at Tyrese Maxey and barking at Andrew Nimhart, and we saw him barking. And he was just telling the chat, like, he's always been like that. Y'all just didn't see it because he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
But this was when he was playing 30 minutes a game.
Look, he told us that Rollins was the quiet one. And before seeing Daniss out there, I would have guessed that he just looked so laser focused. But then he's out there hitting shots and talking and throwing up the 3 and pointing to benches. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Didn't know.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. So it's like, I don't know. I was texting Jeremy like the last couple games. He's like, I know, bro. He's like, I don't know. I don't get it. But hopefully. I'm gonna wait. All right, you keep. I keep saying stuff to bring you to your point. So maybe I should just keep going so you can get there. All right, guys. Let's move on to we did Javonte. Let's go to Caris. We got Caris, Jaden, and then Daniss. So let's go Caris first. So Caris, guys, tonight in 24 minutes had 7 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 1 block in 24. So it's a lot of minutes, man. Go ahead. Take off, boss.
I only have optimism to share about him because
it
feels like people will go like, yeah, actually, great game from LeVert. I love him. And the next game, he's not so great. And they're like, oh, boo, hurt, la crisis, whatever. Next time he has a good game, I want to call him Caris LeBron.
Right. Just because, right?
Anyways, so first of all, there was a stat. He shot 49% field goals this season. I don't think that you would have guessed that the way that he's getting so much hate. But it is kind of up and down. It's because it's not consistent, and I'll give you guys that.
Yeah.
He bothered Bane a lot when he came in at first. He did great on Bane. He hit that needed 3 in the second, and then he had a hook shot that next possession. The thing is that he played for 23 minutes, but the points he got, like that's 5 points in 1 minute or less in the second. So it's almost like, he wasn't, after that, he kind of went cold. But he started off hot. The third, he knocked it out of someone's hands, a Magic. I don't know who it was. I think it was Carter. He knocked it out of their hands and then saved it from going out of bounds.
Yeah, Wendell Carter. Yep.
And then he saved it from, and then he threw that, and that ended up leading to a JD dunk.
Yes.
And he had a lot of deflections. I think I counted 3 deflections. So they'll show up on the stat sheet. So I think he just went a little cold, going 2 for 7. He was out there for defense. But again, if he was out there for defense and ball handling, did I say that he was one of the ones that didn't turn it over?
Yes.
Impressive, because he was out there as the main ball handler when Cade was out.
That's true.
Impressive to me.
That's true.
And he just went a little cold. He had good D. But again, the defense, he had 1 steal, 1 block. But the defense we can get from these other guys too. So he doesn't necessarily have to play 24 minutes. If he's getting, I'm curious because he had 5 points in the second. So I'm curious where those other 2 points came from.
Yeah.
So if he's not producing offensively, Daniss, Green, and Holland could on top of defense. So that's when you just after, I think he should have played closer to 16 minutes tonight. 16, and then add 2 more minutes to everyone else, like Ron, Green, Jenkins, that at least gets them to double digits.
That's where I'm at. I don't really have anything else.
But
it feels like he's getting minutes because he can do something that other guys can't. And that's just not the case.
Yeah.
I just don't know why he's the one that's singled out and being rewarded for them. Not to get on him, but I'm just like, there's other guys who can do other things, which we'll get to with the next guy we're going to get to. But go ahead.
I'm just saying, I feel like everyone's so hard on LeVert. But other than his shooting guys, he really contributed. No turnovers as main ball handler. Having steals, deflections. Like, he still had a good game, but just had the same energy about everyone else that didn't have a good shooting night either. You know? But I think that you're there. But it's just consistency from him. And again, he wasn't the only problem. I don't think he didn't do anything on the court that was detrimental to the team at all. In fact, I saw a lot of hustle. But again, it's just like we have, for what he could do, we have 3 other guys that could also do it and provide that same kind of spark and fire.
That's all we're saying.
Keeps them rested as well. It keeps it, if we're going to utilize a 12-man lineup, then, equal it out a little bit. He had 23 and a half, so 24 minutes off the bench. Other than Stu, everyone else on the bench had less than 10 and a half. Like, that's not equal. That's relying on one person off the bench, basically.
Right.
So
yeah, that's true. I want to put this out here too. I think people got to be patient with LeVert. THJ had some ugly stat lines too. He runs hot and cold. He's talented. He's new. And actually, Caris has a bigger role. He has more on his plate than a guy like THJ did. THJ was really just a 3-and-D guy.
And I'll tell you, THJ, I was thrilled that he got traded to Denver. And the Denver fans are much more forgiving than Detroit fans.
You told me that, yeah.
Much more forgiving. Yeah. But he has had games where he has just gone crazy. He's had 4 good games in a row, and then now he's been in a slump. It was like he had 15 tonight off of 4 of 10, but only 2 threes. So, but like, he's been in a slump for Denver after being a hero for 3 games in a row.
Right.
Right. So he's kind of the same way. So I could see LeVert, I agree with that as well. I think it's just, it's some of these guys have some biases from fans that they need to work out of.
I agree with that.
Even when but like, that's just going to come with time and consistency. So
because think about it. Last year when THJ, Kevin Solutions, my brother's right. THJ didn't start well last year. A big part of it was because he was playing the 3 out of position because Ausar was out with the blood clot for 8 months, right? But that was a big part of it, is that he was just playing out of position. And when you're playing against a bigger guy and defending a bigger guy every night, all that banging and all that physicality, that takes out your legs.
Oh, yeah.
And that affects what he does best, which is shooting the basketball, right? Off of movement. Them shots were coming up short early in the year because he was playing undersized. His legs were getting taken out early in the season, along with him learning his role on this team. That was also going on. Once he slid back to the 2, it got better for him because time had elapsed.
Yeah.
He was more comfortable with his role. And also he wasn't guarding guys who was 6'8" every night. Right? So to his point, it just takes time. And with the guy like Caris, who has a bigger responsibility as far as being a combo guard of facilitating and getting his own offense, it may take him a little bit longer because the role isn't quite as defined with your teammates as a combo guard as it is with a guy who's a 3-and-D guy. So,
and we saw a little bit last week with Caris, or a few games ago, with Caris and Duncan being on the floor a little bit more. I think that's going to be the second unit, guys, once Ivy will eventually move into the starting unit. I don't know if they're going to wait for him to be perfect, but they're definitely going to wait for him to be comfortable. And they'll slide him in, and then Duncan will move with LeVert. LeVert's really good at finding Duncan and also finding his own shots. I mean, and if Stu moved into the first, that would be like a LeVert, Tobias. So that's shooting right there. Tobias, Duncan. That's great offense. Put in Paul Reed.
Yes.
And,
yes. That's what we need.
Really, anyone else? Any of those guys?
Javonte or Ron?
Javonte, Ron. Maybe that's the move coming. So again, we're also just still adjusting, guys, because we're going to be experimenting with these because we kind of know. I think we know that Ivy's going to be in the starting lineup. So now he's just figuring out other matchups. Yeah. So We'll see with that. But
Okay.
I think offensively, he wasn't the best. He had a lot of minutes, but he did, again, guys, I counted 3 deflections. He had some great hustle plays. He's definitely giving his all out there. I don't see LeVert. He's not slacking, and that's what I appreciate.
Right.
That's what I
Right. Right. For sure. Okay. We'll leave it there with him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. 2 more guys. Let's go ahead and go to J.I. because I know that's the hot button topic tonight. So tonight, guys, J.I. had 10 minutes, 3 points, 1 or 2 from the field, hit his only 3 turnovers. That's the glaring thing. And once again, 10 minutes. So what did you see from J.I.? Once again, 10 minutes is not enough, man.
And 1 of 2 shooting isn't enough for me to give him a good like
1 or 2 off the
No.
bench?
Yeah.
No, man, that's not enough. Go ahead.
Big 3, because I think both of them were 3s. Because he missed the first one. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, no. No, he's 1 of 1 from 3. Never mind.
Yeah, he only took 1 3.
Yeah, so then he missed probably a jumper, I'm guessing. Because I don't remember going to the rim.
I think it was a jump shot. Yeah.
But yeah, the 3 turnovers. But here's the thing, guys. So that was bad of Ivy. But now, you get on coach for letting these guys play too much through mistakes. Coach pulled him after 3 turnovers. He said, okay, enough. So for me, coach did the right thing. It wasn't Ivy's game. He didn't force Ivy to be out there and try to find it. Ivy did come in and think, but I'm just going to, because I just have to say, because again, here we are being like, well, they should have pulled Dougie to do this. He did pull Ivy. I want to see Ivy more, but he did pull Ivy after some mistakes.
Can I make a counterpoint?
Yes.
I feel like he's the guy you need to let play through mistakes because he's the guy who hasn't played.
But I think,
if just from a mental standpoint, I want to hear your reaction.
Yeah.
Just from a mental standpoint, when you haven't missed time, like when you're a guy like Daniss Jenkins, for example, who just has the utmost confidence and is just a different kind of player. When you don't get a lot of opportunity, when you make a mistake and you're looking at your sideline because you don't know if you're going to get pulled. Like I always say, when you a bad foul or whatever, and you're at the free throw line, first free throw goes up, and you hear and you look at the sideline, like, am I getting pulled?
Yeah,
that's not a good feeling.
No,
that means you're way too far in your head, and that's something that coach can help you with. I think we need, even if I'm be honest, even if it means we lose a couple games because we just let him go. He needs that. If you're playing him 10 minutes every game, that's not going to do him any good, man. Because he's never going to build the confidence in himself, and he's never going to think that you have confidence in him. If you're pulling him like that, like after he feels like he's on eggshells every time he goes into the game, and now he's trying not to make mistakes, and now he's not playing free. That doesn't help him at all, in my opinion. To be honest,
I absolutely agree with that. I'm curious, and I'm curious on timestamps because he had a bad first half where he didn't score at all because he didn't score until that big 3 that we needed him to score in. Where's my notes? I know I wrote down something. Well, I wrote down one thing: hit a big 3, end of third. Okay. So,
yes.
So I'm curious to know when his turnovers happened, if those were all in the first, and then the third quarter, end of third. Did we play into the end of third and then start a normal lineup in the fourth and pull him? Like I need to go back.
He didn't play much in the fourth. I don't think at all.
That's why I need to look at timestamps.
Okay.
Like, so if he had all of his turnovers in the first and then he came out and hit a big important 3 in the third, then I would be like, why would you pull him?
I think they were all in the first because the first one was early in the first quarter when Suggs stole the ball. Yeah. After that, he was trying to drive through the hoop and lost the ball and then went out and then went in the air. And then not long after that was another steal when he was on the sideline. So I think they were all in the first half. I'm pretty sure they were all in the first half.
Well, then I would question why, unless JB was just like, okay, let's just go with
Caris, who he trusts
for our fourth. So because if he's hitting that, but also, and again, I think Ivy is stronger mentally, but
some of these comments. Go ahead.
We talked about Anthony being a challenge. We talked about him going against Matherin, who they have history with, and tonight he went against the team that he went out at.
Yeah.
It wasn't Anthony, but it was the Magic.
It was still Orlando.
Is familiar. Wagner's familiar. These guys are familiar to him. And so maybe that was part of the mental thing. Because if you see Jalen Suggs coming at you, and that's the same jersey that broke your leg last time that came at you, it wasn't him, it was Anthony. But maybe
PTSD is the thing.
Maybe you're a little looser with the ball.
Yeah.
In the first. But so I'm curious. He hit that 3 at the end of the third. I don't think he started the fourth. I might be wrong, though.
I don't think he did.
So
he didn't play a lot in the second half.
Well, to me, it sounds like they put him in. He hit that big three, but then coach just decided, hey, for the fourth, just chill. So I don't know. We'll see. I know.
You could be I'm not shaking my head at you.
Right. I know, but so that's just some other things to consider. And I don't want to sit here and make excuses for Ivey, but he does deserve some thought. I mean, he does this after being out for a year, a leg broken by this team we play tonight. Like, he does deserve some at least understanding. And what maybe he might be listening and be like, no, that's not it at all. But maybe, but to me, I mean, he went down on one play, he got it stolen, and he went down. Scared me. He slid out of bounds on the bench. For me, watching.
Right.
I was like,
I get it.
Last time he did that against the Magic, he broke his leg.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm hoping, like we've talked about, that some of these guys that didn't see as much opportunity tonight, that they get it tomorrow.
Right. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Like, and certain guys you just gotta let go. And you just gotta let them know, like, win or lose, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's a long season.
Yeah.
If you feel like you can go, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna live with the results. Now, when you make mistakes, we're gonna talk about it after the game. We're gonna watch film. We're gonna do all this stuff. I'm gonna get on you, right? We're gonna rep this out until we get it right. Say extra late, whatever. But I'm riding with you, because I don't think we should be honestly too concerned about seeding as long as we get a top 4 seed. As long as we get to host the first round of the playoffs, I don't think we should be worried about seeding. We should be worried about peaking at the right time. I think if we're peaking at the right time, we can beat anybody in the 7-game series.
Yeah.
Now is the time. We talk about evaluation. Now is the time to let these guys iron out the kinks. Let them shake the rust off, especially now that the streak is over. The NBA Cup hopes are over, which I thought we were going to win. All that's over. Now we can really just focus on basketball.
Right.
Without any noise. Go ahead.
The 13 game streak, guys. Will we have another long streak like that again this season? Probably not. It's rare.
No.
But it's not our peak. It's not our peak.
No, not at all. Because we were injured. We had guys hurt. Nowhere near our peak.
And again, guys, it's just kind of figuring out, like we had to figure out a few times with Ivey last year too. Schroeder didn't come off and do amazing for us right away. He was consistent. He was reliable, but he had to get into the groove. It's just And again, I'm just reiterating what Coach said, because you just guys have to trust Coach, because Coach is seeing this too. He's probably, he's not out here making willy-nilly lineups for the fun of it. He's trying to see what works for now. Because again, eventually we know that the starting 5 will be different with Ivey, rooting for Stu in there too. They're going to make some moves. And I think, guys, I know that the losing sucks, but this is where you learn the most. And this is where you try to change, tomorrow, God forbid, if we lose tomorrow, they got to sit down and they got to figure something out. Yeah.
I mean, I already feel that way already, but even more so to your point,
tomorrow it's like a must. And I feel like they're already, especially the way Cade responded after the loss to the Celtics, like they don't want this feeling again. These guys have been there and they're not going to let it get too bad. But streaks are common. And like you mentioned too, in the past with championship teams, I've also gone on losing streaks after winning streaks.
Yep.
It's an up and down game.
Yep.
The Cavs last year lost like 3 in a row after their winning streak.
Yep.
It's just
we're not special right now. It happens for sure. I don't know if Jaden is on a minute restriction or not. I'm not sure. I mean, it seems he's played I don't think he's played more than 12 minutes through these 3 games.
He's been questionable every game.
Reconditioning.
Like day to day, yeah.
So maybe he's still getting his win back.
Yeah.
He may be getting tired a lot quicker than what we're used to, because he still is not in great condition yet. He may be fully healed, but gameplay is a lot different than practice.
Or maybe, for the first few games, JB said, hey, we're going to try to play between 10 and 12 minutes. Just expect
That could very well be the case. We don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe to us, it's not supposed to make sense, because we're not privy to those conversations. So we just got to wait and see how it plays out. But I just hope that he's been given more rope, and not every time he makes a mistake being told nope. And pretty much just like give him more opportunity. Him and the next guy we're going to get to. First of all, let's get to the super chat. Jay says, trade LeVert. It's too early for that, bro. Trades don't happen in November, bro. Trades don't happen in November. It's too early. It's so, if that would have been the mode of operation, we would have traded Tobias, Bees, and THJ before December of last year. And we all know how that played out once they were given time to rep it out. So we can't trade anybody right now. We haven't seen any of these guys at their best.
We'll talk about it one of these days, but Deuce and I have had talks about trades that we would like to see.
Yeah, we have.
We're just saying it's too early to call them.
To make it serious.
Both ways, because it's also the beginning of the NBA season for those players.
Yeah.
Who's to say that they're not going to go on a slump or someone else is going to pick it up?
True.
Too early for every team right now.
Exactly. This is an evaluation year.
Because that's like a year and a half coming. But,
yes, this is an evaluation year.
Yeah.
So we can't put the cart before the horse as far as what our goals are for this season. All right, guys, let's go to our last guy. And that guy is Daniss Jenkins.
Yeah.
Who for the third straight game has played under 10 minutes at 8 minutes tonight. I think 8 minutes last game, 7 game before that. 8 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Boss, what you got? We talked about it already a little bit, but
I was really happy to see him. Both of his shots were, because was it 2 shots they took? Yeah, both of his shots were long. They both hit off the back of the rim. Daniss had a game a few games ago, like a week and a half ago, where he started off poorly offensively and then was just nailing them.
Yep.
So more minutes is what I would like to see. He was not a part of the 24 turnovers.
Right.
That's a
surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah. So, and I unfortunately didn't have any notes for him because I saw him in earlier, not early enough. I want to see him a little earlier, but I saw him in early and I thought that we would get more and we didn't. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm excited to see more of him. He deserves it. He's probably the most consistent player through the streak in terms of what we've asked from him.
The season period.
Yes. Yeah.
For being honest. But to your point, because he played during the streak. I got you. No, you're right. You're right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Clara, like that's pretty much my notes for him. He needs 4 minutes. That is all. Exactly. Especially in a game when we had 25 turnovers. And he is the most sure-handed player on the team. Right? Because we've seen Cade. Cade does have, Cade plays more. Cade has more attention. Cade has more film to look at on him. So it's variables that go into it. But I still think right now, Daniss is the most sure-handed player as far as protecting the basketball and getting good shots for everybody. Cade can go get his whenever he wants. He's better at that. Yeah. But as far as setting the table, I think Daniss is the most natural point guard. And Cade is right there, right? But with that being the case, why is he playing 8 minutes? In a game when we are 25 turnovers? Like, I don't know. I really don't know, man. And once again, Caris didn't have any turnovers, to your point. But we just talked about Cade playing 40 minutes and, Cade being tired and being run into the ground, and that could be contributing to his turnovers. Cade does not play off ball enough.
Yeah.
When Caris plays with him, he's not playing off ball. Cade is still initiating offense for 90% of the time when they play together. Cade is still the one with the ball in his hands. It's almost as if they have Caris out there to try to draw attention away from Cade because they know Caris is an offensive threat. But Caris isn't setting Cade up. That's the difference. The only other point guard on this team after Cade is Daniss Jenkins. And we've seen against the Washington Wizards, or not the Wizards because Cade was hurt, but against Philly, against Chicago, when they played together, you saw Cade getting easy shots. You saw Cade cutting without the basketball. You saw him getting dunks at the rim, layups at the rim, instead of being at the top of the key with 10 eyes defensively watching him, they can all see the basketball. Daniss Jenkins makes the defense so much more offense, so much more unpredictable.
Yeah. Because
there's not a lot of film on him as a player, and there's not a lot of film on Cade as an off-ball scorer.
So for me, I think I agree with your points, but to me, that just points to Cade playing 40 minutes. If Caris is in there handling the ball, not turning it over, doing well on defense, but not producing on offense, give him a guy like Daniss next to him to fill in the offensive gaps.
Right.
That's who Caris can pass it out to.
Exactly.
So if Caris is still working hard and doing his thing, but not carrying the weight that even he, I'm sure, feels he needs to carry, which is why he took 7 shots. then give him another guy. And like he had Cade out there, but again, Caris and Daniss together would be really fun because they can bring it up. They both can play defense. They both can get hot. So that's more my argument, because you were just saying how Caris shouldn't be on the court with Cade. If Daniss isn't playing and Jaden's not playing and Caris is in the ball handle, then Cade should be off the court resting. So you guys have Caris with guys. And you can interchange that, because then if they do play Daniss more, then Daniss can be the ball handler and Caris can play off ball, and he can focus on defense, and Daniss can play on offense.
Yes.
So I do agree with your point, but I think it's more so Daniss should have been in on Cade's resting minutes, which were only 8, but he should have been in to give Cade a breather so that he's not fatigued trying to make 2 layups in a row, 3 bring it to the rim and missing at the end.
Yeah.
Free throws. That's fatigue, guys. It's not lack of talent. It's fatigue.
Yeah. I mean, and nobody I don't want to see at the end of the games. I keep saying this. I don't want to see at the end of the game, at a close game, possession game, and every play is Cade ISO trying to go make it something happen, trying to go to zone. We saw that a couple years ago when he first got here. It didn't look good. You got guys on the wings just watching. No, man, we need player and ball movement, man. Like, that's just too much pressure. And I don't even mean just mental. It's too much defensive pressure on one guy. Like, he needs another ball handler out there with him. And for him, it's just too much, especially when he's exerting so much energy defensively. Yeah. That's too much to ask, I think. You got to have somebody out there who's helping him, not just finish, but initiate plays so he can have a breather. And it seemed like they were trying to see if J.I. was ready for that. He doesn't seem ready for that yet. Yeah. You saw a few plays, him bringing the ball up court, turn over here, but so he's not ready for that yet. The
keyword is yet, because we know we can do it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I just have to say, Bleacher Report posted Cade's last free throw where he threw it at the rim, and they labeled it perfect miss ever. So he's getting the glaze when he threw it, and people in the comments, they're loving it. Cade's the best hooper.
That's funny.
Detroit would have won if they knew how to rebound. Okay, we won't go that far, but Stu.
Yeah. Stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's just funny because before Cade was not getting any recognition, and now he's getting recognition for the perfect miss.
Right. He can't do no wrong now. He can't do no wrong now. And that's the media for you. That's narratives for you for sure. I'll take it though. I'll take it.
Exactly. I made me laugh.
I'll take the cap. That's good cap. That's what you call good cap.
Yeah.
When your guy is getting some cap where it's like he shouldn't. Like, we ride with Cade. We're like, yeah, come on, man. Y'all get your reward. I'll take it. For all the slander he got these past 4 or 5 years, I'll take it.
Not even slander, but not just no attention. Just nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing. Just nothing. So we'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely want to see more kid off ball for sure. Yeah, free Daniss, man. Hopefully, that is my number one bullet point for next game is how much does he play?
Yeah.
After this 40-minute game with Cade, how much is he going to play, and how is he going to be utilized? Is it with Cade off? Is on ball? Is it with Caris? How is he being utilized? And more importantly, is he being utilized?
Yeah.
I don't even care how. Just get him on the court. Get him on the floor, man. Somehow. He's proven to be effective whenever he's out there. So that's what I'm looking at next game. What about you?
Well, maybe I feel like this kind of relates to my question. I was going to ask, and I don't know, maybe I'll spin it because we talked a lot about it. 3 things differently. Say Coach Bickerstaff calls you right now and he said, hey, I just need some outside perspective. What are 3 things you would do differently to win the game tomorrow?
First thing I'm saying, you got the right number, bro?
Yeah.
He says, yes. Why are you asking me?
I watch your podcast all the time.
Oh, man. Right. That'd be crazy. Yeah, that's Twilight Zone for sure. So you said 3 things that I would do differently if I was him? Like scheme wise or like rotation wise or just whatever?
Give me 3 things that you would do differently to win tomorrow.
The first thing we obviously the elephant in the room is Daniss Jenkins. Play Daniss Jenkins more. Yeah. Free that man and play him. That's number 1. And because it's a domino. That was my number 2. Thug Boy was reading my mind, bro. That's exactly what I was going to go to. So the first one is Daniss Jenkins. Like he helps in so many different ways.
Yep.
Just being on the court, as far as playmaking, as far as taking care of the ball, as far as getting Cade off ball and letting Cade rest possessions and his minutes. Like, why? Why not? So that's the first one. Second one is Isaiah Stewart and Jaden Ivey. I'm not saying they should. Well, at this point, I'm like, F it. Let's try it. Let's try it. And no shade to Tobias because he hasn't done anything to warrant not starting the same way Daniss hasn't done anything to warrant not playing. But since we're doing that, let's go ahead and do it. If we're doing it, let's do it.
Westbrook took a bench seat happily for the past 5 years. So.
Right.
And that's a guy who could consistently start too. So.
And he's a vet. Right, exactly. So yes, I would start Stu and JI together because I think you have to start them together. If you're going to pull Tobias out of the lineup for Stu, you got to have more creation in your starting five, which is what Jaden can give you if he has the confidence that he's not going to get pulled or that he can just go and be himself. Okay. Let him figure it out. With him, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. But when it gets better, it's gonna be great. Yeah. If you don't do it any other way, it's just gonna stay here. And it's gonna stay here. And it's gonna stay here. 10 minutes, it's gonna stay here. Give him 30. It may do this, but it'll do this long term. You gotta let him go. So I'm starting Stu and JI together. That's the second thing. As far as the third thing, that's interesting. I think I would actually give Javonte Green and Paul Reed more time. Okay. You have to. But that's kind of by default. If you're starting Stu and JD together, then Paul Reed is going to get more minutes. That's so that's what I'm doing. That's, I'm giving Paul Reed and I'm giving Javonte Green more minutes because especially Javonte Green, he doesn't hurt you, bro. When he plays, he doesn't make mistakes in the basketball court. I would say he may not start, but I wouldn't be upset if he finished some games because he just knows how to play. Yeah. And he doesn't hurt you. So those are my three things. Free Daniss Jenkins, start JI with Isaiah Stewart, and give Paul Reed and Javonte Green more minutes. Period. Those are my three. Nice. Boss, what are your three?
I mean, you kind of just stole them from me. I mean, we're on the same page. And I know that we kind of talked about, I was like, this is kind of a silly question now that I've thought, because I thought of it earlier and then we talked about the reserves. I was like, all right, always getting the points. For me, I want the dog pound lineup with Cade. Okay. Because I'm thinking who would be the main guy. But I want Stu. I want Reed, especially if they're staggering some way. Or like Green and Holland, I want out there more, especially on defense. Like, at least for momentum shifts, those guys get it done. And I feel like they thrive off of each other. Those guys. Okay. Holland and Green and Reed, I think, thrive off of each other's play. So you could throw Stu in there as well. Yeah. So I think I just want more dog pound. So not even just, Javonte Green. I think I just want more dog pound and I want them in there more together. Gotcha. Cade's three is finally hitting. I think being aware of Duncan Robinson's, of course, his effort is there, but you've got guys on the bench who want to give that same effort. So if Duncan's not heating up right away,
Javonte,
don't play him for 35 minutes. If Duncan, don't saying sit him for the game, but pull him for
right. So, he can't play 35, bro. Like, right.
Just not like that. Because again, he came in clutch in the end, but that's the whole thing. Pull him when he's not doing well in the first half, and then bring him back in the second half and let him try to do up again. Sometimes they just need that too. And then obviously Daniss would be another one, but I think just mentality wise, I'd be like, if it gets close again, prioritize defense over offense because I think they were prioritizing the offense over the defense today. I think he was trying to match it up situationally, which doesn't really make sense, but it also kind of made sense with the way the Magic were playing too. But
you can't the Pistons are the type of team to impose their will, not the type of team to adapt to somebody else's style of play. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've said all the time, guys, set the tone. Let teams know right away how this game is going to be played, officiated, dictated, etc. Yeah. Like, don't try to play to how they're playing. Don't try to outscore the 2007 Phoenix Suns. No, the Pistons didn't do that. They played how they wanted to play, and they dictated how the game was going to be played, and they won those games because of it. Those teams, not to go too far back, those teams were holding the Suns, who were averaging like 130 a game. They were holding them to like 85, 90. Yeah. And they were winning. Yeah. So you play the way you play and let the chips fall as they may. Instead of trying to dictate or trying to adapt to how somebody else. You can't beat other teams at their game.
Yes. And that's like tomorrow. The Heat they're a scoring team, guys. They've got Hero. They've got Davion Mitchell.
You got Bam too, right? Still over there?
Bam, yeah, but I'm talking more perimeter.
Okay.
Bam has hit ones against us late. Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez. Those guys are Jaime's a good defender too, and so is Khalil, but like they're more, not saying they're bad at defense, but they're more offensive oriented.
Right.
We're more defensive oriented. So tomorrow, that's what it needs to be. And again, like they're a perimeter shooting team. If we're not hitting our threes, like we're lucky that Cade was hitting us tonight, then we got to go back to our paint game. The Magic, actually, let me look that up because in the first half, the Magic had more points in the paint than we did.
Wow.
So I want to see who ended where.
Really?
Yes. By like 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
With who?
Tomorrow we have Bam, who is tough, guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't want to go up against him or Asia, but let's see. Points in the paint. Does it say it? This one doesn't. I'm gonna have to figure that out because I'm curious.
No, that's interesting. I don't know how they have more paint points than we did.
Oops. Probably Bane and Wagner going in there.
That's crazy.
That was at least in the first half.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I'll look it up if you want to mention something else just to see if I can find it.
Yeah, man.
That's something we need to go back to our game of like, yeah, we're not a 3-point shooting team. We have 3-point shooters, but we're not a 3-point shooting team. That's also, I don't know how they did with the Celtics. Again, I missed some of it. But again, when you're trying to match how the other team is playing their style, it could fail you, which is like if the Celtics are going to hit their threes, they're definitely
that's what they do.
They are the 3-point shooting team.
Yep.
But we can drive it to the basket. We can draw fouls. We
You wigging out, but boss, I lost you for a second.
Oh, there you are.
There you go. Yeah. Cool. I got you.
Cool.
Yeah, every team doesn't have the personnel to do all the same things. If you don't have the everybody can't be Golden State from 2016 to 2023. Like, you got to play to your style based off of your personnel.
Exactly.
And so I feel like we just need to do that. We just got to, focus on that. So Miyuki says, huh? Go ahead.
Want to hear it?
Go ahead.
62 points to 46 in the paint. Magic.
That's bad. That's bad.
That's not us. That's not us.
That's not us at all.
Mm-mm.
That's not. Yeah. That's so we can leave it with that. Honestly, like that's.
Yeah.
So if, like I said, if we see it, if you saw it, you pointed it out so eloquently. I'm glad you made that point. I'm sure they see it too. They got guys who look at the stats and all that stuff. So statisticians and all that.
Tomorrow, my game plan tomorrow would be bring up the points in the paint, especially against a team, and they're gonna shoot threes. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So just focus on what you're doing. Let your 3 shooters like Duncan. I'll give it to Cade. Let some of them get hot. Play Chaz for a little bit, hopefully. Because that's another thing. If you're gonna play guys for 4 or 5 minutes, put in a guy that can also get hot. I think if you're gonna, I wouldn't say tonight because they put in the wrong people and they didn't. So, but I would like Chaz more.
I say establish who you are first before you start looking at any 3-point shooting.
Right. I agree.
Because now you're kind of playing to their style again. Like, we're going to punish you in the paint. And that's how we're going to beat you guys. We're going to take out your legs the same way Tim Hardaway Jr.'s legs are getting taken out last year, but bigger guy. Take out your legs and make you miss some of those threes with our physicality.
Let's get a lead that we maintain. Because the problem is if we are getting these 20-point leads and then we're losing them within 6 minutes. But let's get it, and then put in one of your hot shooters and see what he's doing. Yeah,
we go. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm with you on that. 100%. There we go. Okay. Guys, we're going to get some more comments and we'll call it a night. Miyuki Aloha from Hawaii says, salute to you two, Deuce and Boss, for a lengthy discussion. We all have to will a win tomorrow night. Hopefully, man. Yeah. Hopefully, man. Well, tonight now. It's 1 a.m, which means we're going to end this stream. But we'll end it there, guys. Great show. We appreciate you guys. Mahalo to you, brother.
Thanks for being here so late, guys, especially on a loss. And thank you for everyone who's been there in the beginning and supported me and also talking to myself, which is something I am brand new at.
Shout out to Boss, man. Like it's been a few games where I'm like, you cool if I go? She's like, yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I hold it down. And she does. So we want your guys' feedback too. If you would like me to be here more, from the start, because I try to go to the games to get some footage and things like that, and talk to family and friends and players, whatever. If you guys would rather me be here, I'll be here. If you rather me guys be at the game, have some footage for you guys, and have Bos run it until I get back, just let us know. Yeah. We want to make sure this is as a great of experience as possible for you guys, but we also want to make sure that we are, going about the right way. Go ahead, Bos.
I would love some notes, but be nice. Like, give me notes, Sarah. You're putting up comments, Sarah. You're really just rambling. Yeah, but just be nice about it. But next week, I'll be there with Deuce. We're going to the Trailblazers game on Friday, and then the Bucks game on Saturday. But I'm staying close to the arena, so we're hoping to be there and then get back at a decent time to do the stream when it's not 40 minutes later. Yeah. But we'll have to see how it works too. Hopefully those are just nice wins. Everyone can live off of the high and then just check in with us whenever. So
that's right. So I'm looking at some comments real quick about that. Definitely need you at the game. Do your thing, man. Bos got this. Shout out Bos. Let Bos run it. Bos is a boss. So yeah, it looks like we got like mixed on that. So we'll just try to juggle it. I may go to a few more, let Bos run it because she does know her stuff. I have confidence that she can do this. That's why I'm there and she's here. For sure. Otherwise,
about it, guys.
Nah. You're just fine. Like the comments, they don't lie. They keep it a stack. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you as always, Bos, holding it down while I'm trying to get things done on the other side. So I'm looking forward to you being here next week, and we'll both be to go to the game together, and then we'll have the show for you guys combined. So, all right, guys, we'll end it there. Great stuff. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us with Bos. For me, about an hour and a half, but Bos 3 hours. That's how you know you're doing a good job. They're still here, But we'll end it there. We will see you guys tomorrow night when the Pistons try to end this crazy long 2-game losing streak against the Miami Heat, who are actually on a roll right now. Hopefully we can break whatever streak. I think they got a 6-game winning streak. Hopefully we can play spoiler and end that with them. But it's been a great show, guys. We appreciate you guys always showing us support, showing us love. Everybody be safe tonight. Hope you guys get a good night's rest. And y'all know the drill, man. We'll see you tomorrow night. Detroit versus everybody. Peace. 2-game losing streak.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot. And I'm gonna be physical with you the whole game. Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking hundreds, I hear your shade. Talking that shop, you must run this way. Look at dog, palm, mess around, find out, Look at dog, palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're real for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that.